Okay, let's see. Why? Whatever, man. Okay. And then Getcha, yeah, yeah, yeah. Say what now, mocha chocolata. There we go. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Hi, Catherine. Hey. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone is doing great. Hey, Zay. Y'all, this is so hot. We're just gonna come back to that because that's a little bit warm and I'm not trying to get my mouth burned and lose my taste buds. Thank you. My mama got it for me actually for Christmas. So I just been, well, early Christmas clearly. So I just been using it and whatnot. Going from there. Hey, Brittany. Let me follow Brittany back. Y'all, if I'm gonna be following you back, please don't take offense to that. Because it's not like I just sometimes forget to go follow people. So don't pay me no mind. Don't pay me no mind. I promise you, it is not intentional. I'm not trying to like, you know, I'm not better than anybody. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. No, I'm not better than most people. There's a small subsection I probably am better than though. Let me stop that. Ace, I don't know what we're talking about tonight. I think I had said that I would talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. And I don't know why I said that cuz I feel like I'm finna get gaslit tonight and I feel like you were a little late. I thought you forgot. Girl, get oh my god. I don't know why I feel so played. I feel like I got my feelings hurt just then. Hey, godmother. Come on, godmother. I love that. Oh, I was gonna call your name, but I'm just gonna say, oh my gooch. I'm just gonna say, gooch. Hey, Troynell. Hey, Karma. Okay, okay. So y'all, it ain't no point in dancing around it. Let's go ahead and let's just, you know, again that I'm not one to talk about like gossip and things like that, and I'm not one that's like, I try my hardest to not, talk about the actresses or whatever. But I feel like we can't not talk about Shannon's podcast. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I can't not like it's the elephant in the room. And I feel like I'm not gonna be able to just like completely not bring it up. Let me tell you something. The first thing I want to say is I did not know that there were people in the Charmed fandom who are like attacking Alyssa, right? Her podcast is called Let's Be Clear. I could not believe that there are people who are like coming at Alyssa, like whatever else. I think that's crazy. Thank you, Zay. I think that's absolutely insane because I think that to come for an actress on a show because of something that happened long ago that we weren't there for, I think that's insane. I genuinely think that's crazy. And the other part about it is that now you kind of got like two camps of people in the Charmed fandom, right? You got the camp that is completely team Shannon and Holly. And then you have another camp that's completely team Alyssa, right? And I saw somebody who made a video, and I'm not gonna say their name because whatever, and she is an Alyssa stan down. Like, an Alyssa stan down. And she basically was, I don't know how to say this, but I feel like she was trying to play all different angles, but still like make sure that we thought that Alyssa was the focus, and like was innocent in it, and was like, she was basically saying that she thought they were lying without saying that they're lying. And then at one point she doubles back and is like, because their views are valid, it's just that it doesn't add up. And I'm like, well, you can't say their views are valid and say it doesn't add up. Like, I would have just said their views are valid, I just think that we need more information on the other side. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like, I would have said something like that. I would have been like, if I were bringing it up, I would say, and talking about it from thinking that Alyssa is in the right, I would say that we need more information from her. However, Shannon and Holly's view is valid. And I feel like it's that unbiased, whatever. I mean, that biased kind of thinking, that's the problem in the Charm fandom now, and why I tend to not say anything about the actresses and why I try to promote that. Because even with this, I was very vocal that I felt bad for Shannon and Holly based on what we heard in the podcast. Because I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, Alyssa was a horrible person. No, I'm just saying, like, from what they said, I feel bad for them and what they had to, or, what they say they experienced. And I just, even now, like, I don't know what y'all talking about in the comments, but we not finna do this. Like, we not talking about what Shannon this, Alyssa, that's not even this kind of game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I didn't really want to say anything about it, but I know I have to, because, girl, how can I not? But I just think the whole thing is a mess. Like, if Shannon is not, and like, okay, so in her video, this lady says, Alyssa, says that, what do y'all expect Alyssa to say? And to me, I feel like was kind of given an out to be like, well, she doesn't have to respond. And she doesn't. That's the thing. It's like, I think it's crazy to try to create the narrative that Alyssa doesn't have to respond, as if we are all holding her accountable and be like, you have to say something. No one is thinking that. And that's what I mean when I say, like, it has just turned into like this craziness that this person has to say something because this, I don't know. I don't know, man. I still feel bad for what Holly and Shannon shared with us, because I could see being on, girl, what am I trying to say? I could see experiencing something like that, and then you share your thought process, or you share your, perspective, and people are like, no, you're lying. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I can say I feel bad for them based on what they went through. And it was definitely, to me, like a big episode. Like, to me, I feel like this was like a popping episode to me. And that's why I don't know, man. But like I said, to go after the actress is just insane. I get that you have your own thought process on it. I get that you have your own emotions towards it, whatever else. But to send Alyssa hate, and then I didn't even know that there were people, I didn't know that there were people who were trying to like erase Phoebe from the show in their minds and be like, I'm not even gonna watch the show, and think that Alyssa was on there because, I'm just gonna pretend like Phoebe's not there, baby. You know what I mean? Like, she's a huge part of the show. You can't just pretend like she wasn't there. That's kind of crazy. Like, you can't watch the show and pretend like she was not a part of it. I mean, I feel like at that point, you just saying you don't want to watch the show anymore, which is fine. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna say you're trying to watch it and pretend like she's not there, like, that's all I'm saying. Just don't watch it. This point, at this point, to me. And yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you. Never care for the behind the scenes drama. It ain't my business. My thing is like, at the end of the day, I feel like the behind the scenes of a TV show is something that you talk about with your friends. Like you talk about in tea, giving each other tea, or even if you want to get on Reddit or something like that, then that's fine. But to Tatiana, you can find it on girl, what am I trying to say? Amazon Prime. And is it still on Peacock, y'all? So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We're not bashing anyone, Faith. We're just talking. Just talking about everything. Yes, I am, Ryan. That's what we're talking about. So that's my whole thing with it. It's just like, at the end of the day, we don't know what happened. We don't know what is going, what actually occurred. We weren't there. So I say just support who you gonna support. Send love to who you gonna send love to. But don't say hate to nobody. Like, don't add the actresses. Don't be like, oh, this person, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And it just is crazy. And to the people who keep asking me, by the way, no one has asked me this, I don't think, in the comments, but I do want to say this. The reason I use this picture, the main reason, besides the fact that I want to, is the fact that this is the only one that I have that fits the screen. I don't like using the one that's just like a little square. This is the only one that fits the screen. So for me, I like having a background that's all the way. And let me show you what I mean. Like, y'all probably, because so many people be like, you're trying to erase Prue. You're trying to get Prue out of here. Baby, it's a picture. If you think that I'm gonna put a picture up here that I don't want to put just because I want to appease people, then you out of your mind. You are crazy if you think that I'm gonna put a picture up there that I don't want up there just because I want people to know that girl, you'll be all right. You will be quite all right. Anyway, anyway, not grams. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take over this live myself tonight. How about that? Mr. G, he can sit down somewhere because the only G here is grams. Oh, God. Where is Trail? I don't know. I feel like he ain't coming tonight. I feel like he's sick of me, but that's okay. That's okay. The Juju web series. Nar. I don't. But yeah. So those are my little thoughts on the podcast. I just think that it is okay to feel what you're gonna feel. Even if you want to choose a side, I'm not necessarily gonna choose a side. But if that's what you want to do that. But just leave the actresses out of it. Like, leave them out of it, please. I implore you. I hearken ye to leave them out of it. Anyway, this is a sign to start it again. I'm so excited, y'all. Okay, so next Friday, me and my friends podcast, our Charm podcast, the Nexus podcast that you can actually follow on here. We're gonna be talking about Wedding from Hell. When I tell you I forgot how funny that episode is, because baby, between Phoebe being ready to unalive Piper, Piper not really caring about what's going on. She just trying to get this wedding right. And then Prue just being, the whole thing is hilarious. And probably one of my favorite scenes is when Piper runs into the bedroom and she tries to freeze. She doesn't even try to freeze anybody. She runs in the bedroom and she sees Hakati and she's like, oh, I was like, Piper, stop it. Stop. It's hilarious. And then when Elliot rolls off the bed for some reason, because I still can't figure out why Elliot decided to roll off the bed. It was the weirdest thing. So look out next Friday for our podcast, for the episode of our Charmed podcast discussing Wedding from Hell. Because I don't understand how or why Elliot rolled off the bed. I don't get it. Like, it makes no sense. And then why was Phoebe so ready to take out her sister? She was ready to, she was like, but you got time. She was like, but you good right now. I just need to find a knife. Damn. Baby, Phoebe said, listen, she said, you do what you gotta do. Get your affairs in order, because I'm finna take you out. Quickly, with the quickness. She was gonna take that lady out. Do you hear me? Oh, Lord. And then there's this one scene where Prue is on the computer and she's looking at something else. And then Andy brings her the knife and is like, can you, do you know what this is? And Prue's like, yeah. Where did they get this? And she goes to her little thing. And then she goes to the computer. And she doesn't even click anything. She doesn't click anything. She doesn't type anything in. She literally just moves the mouse a little bit. And then a picture of it is up with a bunch of information. And I was like, okay. Now you're playing in my face. Now you're playing in my face and you want me to believe foolishness. That's what you want. You want me to believe foolishness, but I shan't. Thank you, Zay. Thank you. See, Zay is my best friend. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. But it's hilarious. It truly is hilarious. Like you said, the knife is evidence. And Prue is like, can I have this? And Angie's like, yeah, take it. Not but who pays attention to it? Me. I pay attention to it. That's who. Just like somebody else said about the knife earlier. The knife is literally on the other side of the room. Prue was like, it's not in my purse. And then Elliot, who was on the complete opposite side of the room, and Prue had not been in that room to our knowledge. The knife is on the other side of the room. And I was like, how did it get... I feel like Prue moved it. I feel like she realized what Phoebe was trying to do. She was trying to unalive Piper. And Prue said, let me move this knife somewhere else. She said, baby, the power of 3 was just formed. Zay be cutting up. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? So, child, yeah, we are not here to bash anyone because I saw something about we need to have it with a list. We done talking about that. We done talking about all of that. We're not sending hate to any of the actresses. We're talking about the characters. We are talking about Prudence, Piper, Phoebe, and Paige. And how much we hate Leo. If you got any kind of hate, then please direct it at the character of Leo. Please direct it at the character of Leo. Because Leo deserves all the hate in the world. Because you know what would have been great this episode? Is if their white lighter had been able to get there and said, hey, this is who Hakati is. That would have been great. But we didn't have that. So, that's all I'm saying. And like I said, at this point, baby, we needed a dark lighter arrow on deck just in case he showed up this episode. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all. And then somebody brought up her little hand flick, and she was like, and Elliot just fell to the ground. Baby, that's it. Because besides healing them every now and again, and then throwing Piper some wee wee, what was Leo good for? And sometimes fixing things in the house. Sometimes. But then Paige was abracadabraing the door. And she was like, oh no, I used a spell. I just wanted to say abracadabra. I said, yes ma'am. Abracadabra away. Abracadabra away. Who do you think Piper should have ended up with if not Leo? I think Dan was too good for her. And they gonna get me. I don't think she deserved Dan. So maybe Greg, I don't know. She could get up there on on the fire truck and get her wee wing. So you wanna know what's so funny? Is like I say this stuff every week and people do not know that I'm joking. And they will seriously be like, you didn't watch the show. You don't. Dawn is boring. Leo was Piper's soulmate. Well, baby, thank you for sharing your thought on that. I appreciate it. It's duly noted. I went into good notes on my iPad and I wrote it down so that I'll never forget that user 7586329 told me that he thought, or they thought, that Dan was boring. So I can always have that record. Always. Because it meant so much to me. Y'all, I'm being sarcastic. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What's my opinion of Phoebe and Coop? I don't have an opinion with Phoebe and Coop. I just... At least they gave us a little something with Paige and Henry, right? Like, do I think it was rushed? Yes. But at least they tried to give us something with Paige and Henry. Like, they gave it their best shot to do something. But when it got... Oh, come on, Zay. Baby, Zay gonna have to come on here and talk one day. Because Zay is the real MVP. The real MVP. We're gonna have to gaslight him into coming, on here and talking. Oh, Coop was very fine. The man that played Coop was, baby, 7,000 feet tall. Shoulders. Listen. Everything you could want in a man, physically. He just was... I mean, essentially, Amazon sent her the wrong order. Is pretty much like they sent her an order that she never ordered. That's pretty much like what I got from it. Is she... someone hacked her account and they ordered a man and they sent it to her address because they didn't think to send it to theirs. So that's what I see Coop as. Is like, that's no tea, no shade. My favorite demon, that is such... Oh, we love Victor Webster. Like, Victor Webster is perfectly fine. It's the character of Coop that I have an issue with. Like I said, Henry was too fast too, but I definitely do think that it had more substance to it, which is not saying much because it didn't have any. It had more substance to it than Phoebe and Coop. Like, at least they tried to make Paige and Henry fall in love. She told him that she was a witch, and she was like, lights. And then he was like, and then she was like, I'm doing that right now because I'm a witch. And Henry's like, okay. When she said I'm doing that right now, I don't know why that tickled me. When I tell you, I get tickled every time she says I'm doing that right now. Oh God in heaven. Yeah, poor Henry, bless his heart. He was like a deer caught in his headlights. He was like, it was hilarious. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then she's literally got him sitting in Wyatt and Chris's little chairs, because apparently they didn't have any adult sized chairs in the house in that moment, so that she can teach him about demons. And then she's like doing this elementary school drawing. We're witches and we fight demons, and demons did. Get away from me. And then she's taking him on this tour and orbiting him to God knows where, and up on the rooftop, quick, down comes old Saint Nick. Girl, get away. There wasn't a whole lot of cocoa in here. So if y'all hoes want to, if y'all hussies want to try to come for me and ask me why I'm drinking this cocoa like that, it's because it wasn't a whole lot in here to begin with. Don't play with me like that. Because I can feel it in my soul that somebody's going to try me. Like, I feel like somebody's going to be like, dang, you drinking that hard. Your mama's drinking it hard. How about that? Up on the rooftop, quick. I don't even know if those are the words. Not guzzling. Who said guzzling? Listen. Nala. Oh, Nala. Oh, yeah. Listen. Y'all not finna gaslight me tonight, baby. Y'all not finna gaslight me tonight, baby. Oh, no. Not Crystal, darling. Anybody but her. Oh, you can take every picture of me you want, but I better not see it in the newspapers. I feel like y'all gonna be like, dang, he done turned it up. And did. Not Leia, don't start, because you came for me last time. And I hadn't forgot. I still got that written down in GoodNotes. In GoodNotes 6. Oh, somebody said I'm irritating. Okay, well, bye. I'm sorry that I'm irritating you. Lord, let me just... Oh, so who is this said? Are y'all talking about the charmed ones or no? No, we're not. We're talking about cocoa. We're talking about hot chocolate. Baby, don't play with me. When I tell you these folks is cutting up tonight, what is the problem? What is going on? What did I do? All I did was hop on the chat, child. I can't make conversation? God, it's like I'm a machine. Who asked me where I got the cup? My mama got it for me, actually, for Christmas. Where she got it, I do not know the answer to. Child, let me go ahead and talk about charm for somebody else leave. let me God in heaven, we can't even just have a discussion. I can't ask y'all how your day went. Jesus. That's why folks can't. Shut up, girl. Don't say that. That's too far. We're just joking. Alright, I'm letting it go now. I just love joking about that kind of stuff because it's so funny to me. Ooh, I didn't get a chance to tell y'all what somebody told me today. So somebody on Twitter today said, y'all will not let that go. What did they say? They said y'all won't let me see if I took a picture. I mean, I know I did, I think. Because I want to read it verbatim. I want y'all to know what these people said. Because I was like, girl, somebody on Le Twitter said to me, The devotion to that cheesy show from 24 years ago is crazy. It was poorly written and steeped in toxic Hollywood behavior, but y'all will not let those witches go. Oh, Lord, I almost knocked the camera down. I think that you have to be, and I mean this, and I'm sorry, I think that you have to be like a very like unhappy person, or just mean, just plain mean, to get on the internet and tell people like that they shouldn't like what they like because of something, like, unless you're hurting somebody, you know what I mean? Like, unless you're hurting someone or being very vocal about supporting a person who has hurt someone, I feel like you're doing too much. Like, I'm not finna tell somebody that they shouldn't like a show because I didn't like it. That's crazy. Oh, somebody said, did I respond? Yes. But then I blocked them, so I didn't like super go into it. But I said, and yet you chose to go out of your way to come on my page and comment that. Thank you for your time. Because, baby, excuse me, in the year of our Lord 2023, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Because I try not to like go after people and just go in, but I do think that you have to be a miserable person to do something like that, because I feel like that's one of those people that's a social justice warrior who gets on social media and is like, you shouldn't like this because it was horrible and it was bad. Girl, if we want to talk about this 25-year-old TV show, then guess what? We're going to talk about this 25-year-old TV show. I'm going to talk about these sisters in San Francisco, and we're going to move on with our day. I don't know. I just want to bring that up because I thought it was so interesting. Because, right, I mean, truly, I think people who didn't watch Charmed when they were young, like, as I don't know how I want to say this. I feel like people who didn't watch Charmed regularly don't really understand the meaning that it has and why we have such a strong community with it. Like, for some of us, Charmed was our escape. You know what I mean? Like, Charmed was the thing that helped us focus and helped us be and helped us to feel like we could get out of whatever was going on in that moment. And now as adults, or some people are, you know, younger or whatever, now we're connecting with each other, and it genuinely is a comfort show. You know, like, I can think of my first memory with Charmed. That's how much I can't remember what I ate last week, right? I can't remember what I ate last week, but I can remember that Charmed Again, Part 1, was my first episode of Charmed, and that Prue's funeral was the first scene of Charmed I ever saw. And that I ended up watching it because my mama was watching it. And I was like, what is this? And I remember specifically thinking, what is this? And I watched it. And then from there, I was hooked every Thursday. And then when they moved to the WB's Big Sunday, baby, couldn't tell me nothing. It was on a Sunday night. Oh, that was my Sunday. That was my weekend. You couldn't tell me that weekend. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Sunday at 7. Don't talk to me. Sunday at 7. The WB's Big Sunday, and then the pictures of them going like, doing that little thing. Girl, bye. Goodbye. Like, if it wasn't that show for you, that's fine. And I feel like even as a person who loves a show, she just cutting up. The cat just cutting up for no reason. Anyway, girl, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Anyway, okay, so I'm just going, yeah, Sunday. And it's like, you know, if it wasn't that for you, that's fine. It's just like, as a Charmed fan, we can all acknowledge that they had moments where the writing wasn't great or it wasn't our fave or whatever the case may be. But guess what? We still love it. Do you think that I'm sitting here saying Charmed was a masterpiece? Even if I am, that's my business. And I think you just have to be a hateful person to try to ruin that for somebody. It's like the people who are like, I don't understand how you people like, not you people, you know, not that kind of you people, but like Charmed fans. I don't understand how you guys don't like, how you like Charmed, but you don't like Buffy. Oh, bye, Joe. You know, some people don't like Buffy. Some people don't like Charmed. Some people like Buffy and not like. Let's not tell people what they should like. Just be like, okay, I love both of them. I mean, I absolutely love both of them. In I'm enthralled with both of them. But there are people who are like, you have to choose, and they're like, oh, you were either a Buffy person or a Charmed person, baby. You telling me that your personality is based so hard on a television program that you feel like you can only like one? All right. It's given. It's given we need to talk about something, because clearly, you know. Anyway, but that's just me. That's just me. That's why I'm just like, okay. Let me say this. I do want to say this though. And I'm not trying to tell anybody that they should go watch Buffy. I really am not trying to tell anybody that. I think that liking Buffy is, Buffy and Charmed are both supernatural shows. And so it makes sense, right? But Buffy and Charmed are two different shows. So they're both supernatural. So they're both right here. But when you get into what the show actually is, they're right here. Like neither one of them, they're along the same thing, but when you turn it like this, they're completely different. And just the approach of the show is completely different. Like Buffy is a teenager. The Charmed ones are adults. Buffy comes into the show knowing that she's a Slayer and has been the Slayer for years, or for like a year, and now we're watching her like work her way into a new world, whereas the Charmed ones are established and now they're having to work their way into a new world, but from complete scratch. So, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get two different feels from both shows. You're gonna get two different stories from both shows, because Buffy is a teenage drama, Charmed is a drama about adults. You know what I'm saying? And like Buffy, one of the differences between the Charmed ones is they had powers. They had things that they could use outside. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but they had powers. They had things that were individual about them. They could tell me, they had to come together. Buffy was a one-woman tank. Buffy didn't have no magic, and Buffy didn't care to use magic. Buffy would throw hands. Buffy would throw hands with you. And if she couldn't throw hands, well, we're going to have to figure something out. Because if it ain't something I can hit or kick, I don't know what to tell you. So, her fighting was much more like it was much more intimate than the Charmed ones. The Charmed ones could say a spell. The Charmed ones could throw potions. The Charmed ones could whatever. But you still had that level of like they have to come together to use magic. Whereas Buffy was like, baby, listen, is this gonna work? It's not. Oh, well, get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. So that's what I mean. Like, I just think it's weird to compare them because they're completely different shows. And it's just, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I'm not going to give my answer to this. I see some people saying this in the comments, and I think that it is very weird to compare Buffy and Phoebe when it comes to fighting. And I'm just going to say that. Because Phoebe had fighting skills, and she had powers that could aid her in her fighting. Buffy literally, her metaphysical anatomy was made for fighting. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So I'm not. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Crystal. That's what I mean. Is like Phoebe she learned self-defense, whereas Buffy is made for combat. Like literally, she was born for it is her. She is made for combat. So I just think it's weird to compare the two for me, because I don't think that that's a, you know, technically Buffy was superpowered being a slayer, bro. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like she was a slayer. She was like, shut up, Kevin. I don't even know. Just hush. The point I'm trying to make is that I think people want to compare the two because Phoebe could fight, and that's fine. It just, I think that the answer is always going to depend on who one person likes over the other. And people who like Phoebe more are going to rationalize in their mind why Phoebe could win over Buffy. And I feel like people who really like Buffy are going to try to rationalize why she could win. And I don't think that's even a fair comparison, like, in the first place. And I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm rambling. Sometimes I get, let me be honest with y'all. Sometimes I get very frustrated when I can't explain what I'm trying to say. And so that's why sometimes I just go. And I know y'all, just like the people who left earlier, because they said I was not talking about Charmed. And baby, we need to talk about Charmed. So sometimes when I get like frustrated, I just I get a little bit off the deep end. So that's just me. It's kind of like, I would compare like Sabrina the Teenage Witch to Bewitched, because their magic systems were a lot alike. The witches were immortal. They could do pretty much, whatever they wanted to do. They had another witch realm to go to. I mean, there were so many similarities. The main difference between Sabrina and Bewitched is that Bewitched, clearly it was frowned upon to marry a mortal, but you could. Whereas like the witches in in Sabrina, they were like, no, baby, we will turn you into a ball of wax. Baby, that person said back on Charmed. The baby said, anyway, I don't care what you got to say. We talking about Charmed. And I say to that, let me give you my Cash App so you can help me pay this internet bill. So you can help me pay for this iPhone. Because if you're going to tell me what I need to talk about, then baby, let me give you the Cash App. PayPal, Venmo, whatever you take, you let me know. And I'll send it to you so you can help me out. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just start putting my PayPal and my Cash App in the bio so that way people can just send me money. And every time they decide I'm off topic, send me a tip. I'll get back to talking about what you want me to talk about. Hey, Sid. Sid is in a party. Okay. Check, cash, food stamps, whatever, baby. Give me whatever. And I'll go back to talking about whatever you want me to. Come on, Lorelai Gilmore. Listen. I didn't know I was on Lorelai Gilmore level. Oh, yes. I stand. Come on, Lorelai. Because Lorelai and Emily, quick as a whip. Somebody asked a question and I wanted to say something. And then I got Regina in the Once Upon a Time Magic. I've never watched Once Upon a Time all the way through. So I'm aware of certain elements of it and I'm aware of some of the magic, but I don't know enough about it to be able to comment on it. Although Regina, I love her from what I have seen of her. So Catherine asked what my least favorite episode is. Oh, not Blake coming back to tell me about who they asked me your Blake. Don't play with me tonight. I don't know what you got going on, but I don't even know if you. I don't even know what you're talking about. But don't play with me like that. So, Blackhearted said I'm becoming one of their favorite people. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Bubblegum Baby, you can talk about whatever show you want to. I may not see it, but if I do and I've seen it, I'll comment on it. That's my promise to you. It is kind of like an open girl. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. What were we talking about? Okay, was it my favorite demon or least favorite episode? I feel like it's both of them. I don't know. I just be making stuff up in my head. Well, I'm gonna tell you my least favorite episode is I don't know. I don't know what. Oh, Zay, y'all. Okay. Zay requested to speak. We're not gonna gaslight Zay because Zay is cool. So I'm letting y'all know right now, we're not gaslighting Zay. Okay. Okay. We all understood. Okay. All right. Yeah. Do not gaslight him.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Good. And listen. The way I meant it when I said we got to get you up here because, baby,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
support.
Definitely.
It's given. It's given. If you support me financially, I'll give you a platform. It's giving very. I need help because I done got too ahead of myself. Anyway, how are you? What do you want to talk about? You pick the topic. You're the guest.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Charmed. I've been watching Charmed for a really long time. I've been watching Charmed since I was like 5.
Oh,
Charmed is really good. But
it's okay.
I was always wondering why they killed off Prue, and I never found out why. And then I just recently watched Shannon Doherty's her podcast, and I'm like, are you serious? I was like, wow.
It was definitely a lot to take in. It was a lot to take in. Which is why I was saying earlier, like when I first got on here, y'all, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm so hot, and I got this battery thing, and baby, I am trying to cool off.
Because it is hot.
But it's hot in here because we got the air on, and then I think like
I know what you mean.
I got like different lights.
It is hot.
But that's why I was saying, like, I think that how old are you?
I'm 18. Calm down. I'm 18. Calm down. Calm down. I'm a grown adult. I'm an adult. I pay bills.
Okay. I'm 32.
I wouldn't have came up here if I was a child because I can't get my TikTok account banned.
Baby, listen, that's what I said. I'm like, all right now. We don't.
But nah, Charmed, people really take it out of proportion a lot. Like I was told that I like what you said earlier that you have to pick one between Buffy or Charmed, and I'm like, what do you mean? Do you gotta pick? I'm like, that's just like what?
Yeah.
Because I grew up on both, so it's like you can't choose. That's like saying, oh, what's your favorite food? You can have a favorite food, but there's always going to be something that's like,
And it's like, baby, just watch both of them. Just watch both of them. I don't know, because it's like, I remember I didn't watch Buffy when it was, well, okay, so I watched the last two seasons of Buffy when it was coming on. Like while it was airing. And then the first episode I think I ever saw of Buffy that I sat down and watched like the entire way through was The Gift, the season 5 finale. And I remember just being entranced because I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? And I always remember the scene that always gets me, that's like etched into my memory, is the way Buffy looked at Dawn before she went to jump off the thing. Like, I am telling you, like, that is probably one of my favorite scenes because it was one of the first scenes that I saw, like, of the show. And I remember just being so entranced with it. And I was like, no, I have got to go back and watch the show. And I went back and watched it and fell in love with it. And then when they moved to UPN, I followed them there and watched them there until their second
I'm gonna be
series.
like 100% honest with you. They need to do a reboot. No, we don't use that word. My bad. We don't use that R word. They need to make a sequel to Buffy.
I think that Buffy is one of those shows that you can get away with not doing a sequel or a reboot because it has a lore where you can explore past Slayers. Like Alessandra said, like, we need to let Buffy go. And not let her
Sure.
go. I don't mean it like that, but I think it's okay to explore other parts of Buffy. It's and say like, okay, this existed and now we're going into another part of it.
I mean,
And
they did do Angel.
Angel was its own. What I love about Angel was its own little thing. Like, it was,
Exactly.
they would bring Slayers on and whatever else, but
It
it
was
was
his
its own
show.
little entity. And that's what I think the beautiful thing about Buffy is like that show created a world where you genuinely can pick anything out of it and you can make something out of nothing. I mean, you could even go with that coven of witches that Willow meets with in season 7 to
I
learn
totally
how to
forgot
control
about
her magic
that.
and stuff like that. Like, you could even get away with making, I wouldn't say a show. I don't think know that I would watch a whole show about that because I feel like that's just a very niche thing even within that show. But I think you could get away with it depending on how you do it. I mean, there are so many things you could do. And I think the problem with really anything is everybody wants a reboot of something. Everybody wants a new this, a new that, which is why I think a lot of singers get kind of caught up in that. Like Chloe Bailey, everyone, oh, she's the new Beyonce. No, she's Chloe Bailey. She's not the new Beyonce.
Yeah.
She's Chloe Bailey. She is a new person, independent of Beyonce. Ariana Grande is the new Mariah. She does the same things that Mariah does, but she is Ariana Grande. I mean, there has to be a new this, a new that. And it was like people, I remember this one person had commented or made, I don't even remember, I think they commented on one of my videos. This was like way, way back in the cut. And they were like, not, oh, now we're talking about singers. Are you okay? I just want to know, like, are you okay? Because, baby, again, let me, hold on, because let me just go on ahead and you talk. You go ahead and talk.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, well, me personally, I mean, like, people be very much so. It's like, I'm sorry, because I'm the same way. It's hard for me to explain how I feel sometimes. But it's like, people are very, like, they'll be like, they'll see, like, people like Beyonce's daughter, and they'll be like, well, yeah, well, she following in her mother's footsteps, but true. But
Hmm.
it's like, she is her own person. You can't just say, oh, that's like how people be like, oh, Beyonce's nephew, but they don't say Solange's son.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
like,
Hmm. Hmm.
That
And
stuff
it's
be
like,
blowing me. It gets me.
I remember, and by the way, I put my Cash App in the chat so that way, if you want me to talk specifically about Charmed or anything else, please feel free to hit me up on there. Um, no, no, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. This is why people think I talk down to people. Because I do take jokes too far, so I apologize. Girl, what was I gonna say?
My bad. I had to
No,
mute
no,
for
no,
a second.
no,
I
no.
had to
It's my
grab.
fault because I did too much being funny, or trying to be funny. So I apologize.
No,
That
that
was
was
definitely.
funny. That's why I had to mute because I screamed.
um, it's like which. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So somebody had told me a while back, um, we had a Black Charmed, but y'all didn't watch it and y'all didn't support it, and so y'all still going with these women and y'all going with the old Charmed. And I just think that's insane to say. I just think that is insane to say. Was there somebody screaming in your background, by the way?
Oh,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it if it was. I just don't want to be an accomplice to anything. I'm not trying to be legally liable. That's all I'm saying. Is so I'm just gonna move on. We're just gonna go back to what we're talking about. Um
be honest.
Let me get out your business because here I am getting in somebody else's business, child. Um but yeah, they made it seem like this show was the black folks. This is for the black folks. This is our water fountain. And if you don't like the water from our water fountain, then you don't need to drink no water. Like that's what it was
Uh,
giving. It
it
was
was.
it was giving very, very that. And I was like, baby, you don't have to like something just because it has people of other races that may be reflective of you. You know what I mean? Like it just was a weird thing for them to say and like try to whatever the word I'm looking for is because I can never ever think of words. Um
I can't either.
yeah, like try to come at me basically and be like, "Oh well, you should have watched this one." No, I shouldn't. I did watch this one. Oh, come on, lightning hands. Come on, lightning hands. But
Oh,
I'm just like that is so weird to say. And I don't know. I don't know. It's just like not everything needs a continuation. Not everything needs a reboot, redo, whatever else. Like sometimes it's okay to just want to watch what
be
you.
that. Sometimes it's just okay just to have what you got. Because don't
Mm-hmm.
take too much dip off your chip, man. You might mess up something we got.
Mm-hmm. 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 And I think that another thing that comes with that is when you do get a reboot or something, people are either going to say it's absolutely wrong or it's better. So there's gonna be those two extremes where people are gonna be like, I am never watching the old show because this new one was better, da da da, blah 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 blah. Or they're gonna be like, this is the worst thing that I've ever watched in my life. Well, baby, what are you watching it for?
Exactly, but like I'm gonna give you my personal opinion. I'm gonna be honest, both the new and old charm were like good because like they had aspects in it that the CGI, the aspects were like it was good, but like I feel like they rushed into the sister thing way too fast. Like no, they rushed into that way too fast. Like by the time season one was over, it was just like, huh? Because like I mean, I caught up, but it's like this was like really quick. Because mm, like I like Maggie's power because like they extended off her empathy and they really got it right. They got it right. I was so happy they had
Mhm.
got it right.
Her powers, really and truly, the powers in that show, I do think were more well done in the aspect that I feel like they were able to expand in a way that made sense and they seemed more kind of like thought out, if that makes any sense.
Dang.
But with that being said, oh, who is this saying? Please answer my question, please.
Oh, because I'm ready to say I haven't seen your question because I would have said something. Oh, I see
Money
it now.
sign, money sign, King G, 1991. That's my cash out. King G, 1991. And when I get it, we'll go right on back and we'll
Up that
we'll
cash
talk
app.
about we'll talk about what you want to talk about. There we go.
Yeah, because run up his cash app.
That part.
Hold up. Why don't you pin it?
I don't know how to. I have no idea how to. It's given very. I was born in the early '90s, and I don't know what to. Okay, listen. Gay for pay. That's what it's given. Because as a straight homosexual man, I would never. So it's given very. You send me a little something, and we can get something. Send me a little something, and we can.
Because gay for pay got me.
$20 is $20. You know what I mean? Like.
No, exactly. $20 is definitely $20.
$20 is $20. So
$20 is $20.
Anyway, okay, let me get back to it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I really feel like, listen, Andreas has hit a gaslight me tonight, and you fit right on in. You fit right in with everybody else because the way they be gaslighting me is ridiculous. I be sitting here minding my own business on the internet, and next thing I know, I just get gaslit. So I'm the victim.
I have a question because, like, people call me crazy when I say this, but, like, I could have sworn there was a different theme song for Charmed than what it is. Because I'm like younger. I'm like, it was totally different. And people are like, you're crazy. No, it wasn't. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, the theme song was totally different. It was like totally different. It's changed. And people are like, no, it didn't. I'm like, the theme song changed.
The show when it was airing, I am the sun, I am the air. But then when it came to like DVD and stuff, and when it came to TNT and all of that, they
lost the rights or
get
something.
the rights to it, and so they just came up with that generic stuff that they made. They didn't even make it in Logic Pro. They didn't even have the decency to make it in Logic Pro. They made it in GarageBand, and I can't. That's no shade to anyone who uses GarageBand, because GarageBand is a lovely app. If you or anyone you know uses GarageBand, please call the number below to see if you can be fairly compensated. But that's what it was given.
But no, but the show in the whole is just like you just gotta enjoy what you got, because at the end of the day, because they already said that some of them said they were open for a reboot, but it's like we don't need it really. Like, they messed up the first time. They messed up when they had it the first time. I was excited when I heard about it the first time. Then when you did how you did it, it was like, and then y'all killed off Macy. Y'all had me like, I don't think I want to watch the last season, but I did anyway, and it was okay, but it just, And then at the end with the little teaser of them going into the manor, that had me like so gagged. I was so tickled because like, are we getting another season? And then they pull this out. I'm like, wow.
It was cute. I think for what they were trying to go for, whatever it was cute. If it hadn't been called Charmed, I think it probably would have been more successful. Me personally, because I think it would have had its own
I feel
identity.
like it wasn't like, I know what you mean, but I feel like if they didn't do like the Charmed ones and it was like a spinoff off of the show and it was like the kids, it'd be different. Like, people would watch it. I would watch it. I would tune in every day.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't think that they needed even the Charmed ones in it. I think that they could have had a show where it was like an homage to Charmed, or it had elements from Charmed, but it didn't need to have, like, it needed to be its own thing, because they did their own thing, but then they tried to say this is Charmed. And I think if they had gone the route of them being maybe cousins or friends or something, like they could have done something and then had them be like, oh my god, this is like that show from the 90s, and then you could even joke and be like, I don't remember the name, but you know what I mean, like they could have done something to like call back to it or whatever, and then maybe had powers that were reminiscent, but I still wouldn't give them the same powers. um but you could have them come together and maybe be able to form some kind of collective magic or something. Like they could have done something that was not Charmed and just done an homage to it, because I don't think that they went into it with it being Charmed. They went into it being marketed a certain way, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to get, whatever. Um but
All I got to say is this: when the CW gets their hands on the show, they tend to do ooh the face. You know what I'm about to say? They tend to mess up a little, just a little bit.
I don't know if I never watched Riverdale. And so I have no idea about that show. I do not have any commentary on that show. I don't have an opinion on that show. I'm not talking about that show. I just want to make sure that people know that before I say what I'm about to say. So, you know, with me not knowing what Riverdale was, I remember hearing about it and that it was based on the Archie comics and being like, oh, that's cute. And then several years later, they were talking about like one of them was a witch and she was casting spells and bringing people back from the dead and things like that. And I was like, how did we get from Archie and Jughead to them casting spells? How did we get from point A to point B? Because right now, you are giving me very much the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina got canceled, and we needed something
Exactly.
gaps. But I don't know anything about the show again. I don't know how things, you know, overlapped or whatever. And so, because I didn't watch the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, because if you think that I was gonna watch that dark sided mess,
Mm.
I watched the trailer of it, and I remember hearing about it, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a scary Sabrina. I can, let me go ahead and give it a little something, something.
Mm.
Baby, I watched that trailer and I saw that goat statue and said, okay, maybe I'm just tripping. And then all of a sudden we started talking about the dark school, the dark lord, the dark knight, the dark room. And I said,
Oh, you talk about the new Sabrina? Yeah, I saw that. That had me like kind of like, oh, hold up, because like the Dark Lord. Because where did this come from? Because how did we go from this to that? Like, because Sabrina used to be so it was upbeat and very.
And and my thing is like, I don't mind like a reimagining necessarily. If you say it, that it is a reimagining. I'm not necessarily mad at that. For me personally, in my household, I'm not fooling with that. I'm not
Yeah,
doing
we
it.
don't fool with the devil over here. No, no.
That's why I didn't even care. Okay. I don't know how y'all gonna feel about this. I don't know whether y'all be cool or come out of a bag on me. I do not care for American Horror Story Apocalypse. I don't care for that season because it was a few too many Hail Satans in it for me. And it was a few too many. I saw a beast with the nope. When all of that came, I said no ma'am, no ma'am.
I didn't even watch Apocalypse. I wasn't allowed to.
Coven, not allowed. Jesus.
Not like that. It's more like it's just like you get judged by people that live with you for watching something like, well, you're going down there, you know,
hmm
yeah, that place.
Well, see, I was young. in the Harry Potter era when Harry Potter was first coming out, and people were very upset and were saying that you don't need to
Bye.
let your children watch Harry Potter because it's evil and it's this and that. And I was like, baby, listen, if that if that little boy with that lightning scar is gonna be what derails my life, then I don't know what to tell
So
you.
be it.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you because anyway, let me hush. Coven, I liked Coven clearly because I talk about it because I did like Coven, but when we got to Apocalypse, I said no lie, no, I'm good. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
They had me gagged in Coven when she stuck her hand in that deep fryer. I was crying. That was hilarious.
Baby, so many of the Coven moments had me get. I remember one always makes me that made me like want to throw up a little bit, and I don't know why, but it did. It made me want to throw up. Was when Fiona was about to whatever put the memory in the Axman's head, and she spit in the cup, and he was like, "If you're gonna spit in a cup, I want it straight from the source." And I was like, "That's
Oh.
disgusting. That is disgusting. Like I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that."
You like people spitting on you, that's for you. But me, I'ma
Oh
stay
yeah,
over here.
yeah. Oh child, I thought you meant me. I was like, wait a minute.
No, not you.
I was
Woo.
like, mm-mm, this is gone very. This is taking a very. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Trail ain't gonna like that. Mm-mm. Have y'all been watching the new? Catherine says, "Have y'all been watching the new AHS? What do you think?" I have not watched one episode of it. I have not, and I plan to. Y'all know what's funny? Let me tell you
No.
something. Let me tell you something. When I initially came up with the idea to do a podcast like the one that I do reviewing stuff, literally I was supposed to be doing it on American Horror Story. Like that was the whole reason that I came up with it in the first place was to review American Horror Story. And then I watched a couple of the trailers and I was like, "No, thank you. I don't want to watch that anymore." And then I switched to a Discovery of Witches and I'm not watching a Discovery of Witches anymore. I watched 2 episodes of it and was like, "No, thank you. I'm done."
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that either, but I got more than like 5 or 6. I'm like, you lost me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead back.
Yeah. I really was like, wait a minute, what y'all talking about? Y'all talking about me? He's getting lit into next week for bailing on us. Oh, Trail. Y'all talking about Trail. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I thought y'all was talking about me. Baby, we're gonna have to read him because he sure did tell us that he was about to that he was gonna come in here and tell us about the show and he didn't.
definitely. Cause excitement was so much had. I was excited.
Not
Right.
that the excitement was so much had. Why is that tickling me? So Blake, okay, so let me tell you. Blake and I were supposed to do. Well, I don't know if Blake was serious because he treats me basically like a joke. But we were supposed. There you go. There goes Trail. Not y'all talking bad about me, and I'm here. Hey, hey, hi. How are you?
Hmm?
How's everything going? Where you been? Yeah, we like Leia said. Who said anything? We ain't said nothing. We just been chatting. We just been talking.
Yeah.
So Alessandra said, "Bring back the lady screaming in the background." And baby, I don't know if I need to know anything about the lady screaming in the background, but
Wait, are they talking about me?
they not talking about me.
That's funny, but not funny because that was my mom.
But tell mama she is a star. She is a star. Black Girl Charmed podcast. First off, first and foremost, if you or someone you know has not listened to Black Girl Charmed podcast, I suggest you go follow them and go find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts because you will love them to death. If it's the last thing you do, you're gonna love them.
They're really good. I think that's how I actually found your page.
Ah, that makes me feel so good because they are amazing. So if they mention me, then I feel special. I feel like I'm somebody now. I feel like I've arrived. Not
Well,
okay,
actually, I
Dream
mean, I saw
Girls.
them tag you on their
Mhm.
page, but then I saw these other people. They were also tagging you. I'm like, he keeps popping up. Let me go see what his content about because he might be funny. And sure enough, you were funny.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Come on, making the rounds. Let me tell you something else. That guy Andreas is either gonna be my best friend or like my arch enemy, and I think I'm going for best friends because he be gaslighting me too. And I think Blake doesn't know it, but I think Andreas is coming for his gaslighting crown. Ooh, come on, glasses.
Oh,
Thank you. This is the first time I got those. Um, so, oh, did Trail? Wait. Oh wait, Trail watched it. I watched the first two episodes. What did you think? You gotta tell us what you think. You gotta tell us what you think. Now I got quiet like he was gonna talk to us. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
uh, uh,
Turn this on. Turn it on. Turn it on. Oh,
oh,
oh, what was that? Oh my god, what was that? Did you hear that noise?
oh
That
my
sounded
God! I
like a
think that was a
smoke.
ghost.
It must have been a
Um,
ghost. It had to have been a
it
ghost. It was
had to
Mark.
be.
Mark is here, and Mark wanted me to give a message to Piper, but for some reason he was snorting, and I was like, I don't know what that means. Do you do drugs or what? Like, why are we snorting? So, I just didn't get the message across correctly. So I'm so sorry about that. Blake said it ain't a competition. There's plenty of gaslighting to go around. I don't like that because
Definitely is.
why Prue opened the door when Phoebe said the killer was coming? So, are you talking about in Something Wicked This Way Comes when they're running down the stairs and Prue turns her head and she's like, "Guys, come on!" And then Piper and Phoebe step back and scream because I don't think she knew he was gonna be at the door. But that's just me. If that's what you're talking about, I feel like that's what you're talking about, but I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. The first episode of Charmed was just like it was very like it wasn't downplayed or nothing, but it was very like it was given very much that Prue did not like Phoebe at all. She was mad, like she did not like her, and I'm like, there's not enough hate in the world. Is there? Maybe. Because the way you was mean, Micah, but eventually she came around, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Because I'm like, "That's still your sister. You can't treat her like that."
I don't think she hated her. I think they just had a lot of tension between them, and I think me personally, I like that they. Excuse me. I like the fact that they did it like that because I think that set the tone for the show, so we have somewhere to go. Like
Definitely.
we now was she reading her down? Yes. Was she throwing a lot of shade? Oh, absolutely. But I think that it sets a good tone because then we have somewhere to go from there. And it's just not like we're sisters and we love each other and everything is great. No, we need to work on our relationship, especially because in a show where their relationship is going to make or break their ability to survive, I think it was really important for us to see them mend that. So, oh, was the shade deserved? Oh yeah, yeah, baby. Because I don't know what was so shady about
Hmm.
when Prue was like, "Is that all you brought?" And Phoebe was like, "That's all I own," and it was like, mm. It was given very okay. Anyway, so back to Trail's question though about that. After Phoebe had the vision about Jeremy, they did the spell with the rose, and then when they ran out, Prue was finna go. Prue was like, "We need to leave this house," because at this point they really didn't know how to like fight a warlock, fight demons. So Prue was like, "We just need to get up out of here." And so she didn't know that Jeremy was gonna be at the door because they just knew that Jeremy was on his way there, and they were trying to leave before he got there. So I'm sorry that I took so long to answer that question.
The charmed ones have evaded death too much because at that point, like it was just like at the point if any of them died, I was like every time I like saw one of them die, I was like I cry, and I was just like I'm so desensitized to it at this point because it's like you didn't got stabbed, you didn't got thrown through a bookcase, you didn't got
Mm-hmm.
the bookcase had me tickled because they just had them laying there, but like
Mm-hmm.
you like they died in so many ways, like the genie wished them dead, like it was just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Because how do you
Say
avoid death
hilarious
so
again.
easy?
Say hilarious.
I don't think I'm funny. Well,
No, no. Say the word. Say the word hilarious.
hilarious.
Where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore.
From who?
Baltimore.
Oh, that's a new pronunciation. I've never heard it said like pronounced that way. Baltimore. Okay, Kim
Yeah.
Dales. All right. We have to stand. I just love doing that because people be doing that to me because there's so many. I don't realize until I go back and I listen to myself how country. Thank you, Tyrante. Tyrante. Thank you, Tyrante. But yeah, I'm so country. Like when I say I am so. Oh, say two. Say two.
Two.
Um. mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Not all of it rub off. I don't put myself out there with them because like they be so ghetto. It's so ghetto here.
Well, see, I'm from Louisiana. And when I go back and I listen to myself sometimes, I'm like, I really sound like I'm from like a bayou or something. Like I really sound like I grew up in a
Mama Odie.
who? Not that little
Mama
right.
Odie.
It is giving that though. It is giving that. Like it sounds very like when I speak sometimes I really do sound like I'm drinking a mint julep. Like it's kind of ridiculous. I feel like I don't sound like that all the time. Okay, see, Alessandra is asking me to say that word. I am not from the south of Louisiana. I'm from northern Louisiana. So I don't say baby. I don't say that. I say baby. Because I'm from north.
Yeah, I think that's like New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans are the one that says like baby, sort of pop. Yeah, baby. We went down there and we went to I don't talk like that. I'm from up north. So um Abby is asking, is this an impromptu live? It is not. We are going to start going live every Tuesday and Saturday.
Ooh, that's more than one day.
Unless I decide not to. Because baby, the way I am wishy washy and I might change my mind and who knows. Oh, where Andreas, where you from? Because I feel like you're from Texas. Like either oh, he kind of cute too. Oh, I can't cheat on Trail. Oh my god.
Ooh,
I can't cheat on Trail. Oh no, we're in a soap opera now. Okay, okay, okay. I'm loyal. I'm loyal. Oh,
you know what Graham say? You use men and you put them in a drawer like silverware to use them later.
I can't. I can't do that. I can't. I can't. I have to be loyal. I have to be loyal, and I have to like Texas. I knew it. 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 I'm in Louisiana. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, like, yeah, bro. I'm in Louisiana. This is okay. Y'all know. Trail is like my Blake. Shut up. See, Blake always got messy. Stop being messy.
For real?
Yeah, I'm in Louisiana, so I don't know where Trail is though, cause yeah. See, I can't cheat on Trail. I just we got too much. We got too much between us. In Maryland. Okay. Well, yeah, I can have one on different sides though. Whatchamacallit. Not One Life to Live. Not Victoria Lord. Not me on my Vicky and Dorian Lord. Not me on my Clint Buchanan and my Noah Gannon Colson Buchanan. Listen, how do you do, baby? Andreas, you talk however you want. I mean, Trell, I'm sorry. Trell, I'm so sorry. Lord, I'm gonna be alone forever because I don't. I'm loyal, but I just feel like
It's okay that demon come out in all of us. It's okay. It happens sometimes.
Lord, play Temptation by Destiny's Child. Anyway, I know you tested me. Listen, traveling to Maryland. Listen, that's all I'm saying. I'm loyal, but I like my options. I like that. I like that. We gotta keep we gotta. Cause see, okay. Oh, and you know what? You know what? This is the thing. And I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be petty. I'm not trying to be petty. What I am going to say is, Trail has never actually given me any indication that I would, in fact, be cheating on him because I've never gotten anything reciprocated. So, really and truly, for me, I feel
It's a
like
one-sided relationship.
I do feel like it's a one-sided relationship. I do feel like that. And I mean,
It's
so
okay. We can be delusional. It's okay. We got to support our friends to be delusional.
you do, and because you know what you want to know what's gonna happen is Trail ain't gonna say nothing because that's what he does. It's like I'll say something and then like 20 minutes later he'll come back and he'll respond. So I don't even feel like I'm cared for. Like I feel like I just put my whole heart and my soul into this and I don't get anything in return. And I just feel like at a certain point I gotta choose me, Lucius. I gotta choose me.
Yeah, put you first.
So and so he don't
But
say
I
that.
have a question for you.
Oh no no no! You see what he just said? He said y'all funny. You see what I'm saying? Like you see what I mean? Do you see what I
Oh,
mean? It's like
I know
I'm
what you
even
mean.
I'm not even getting the respect that you would give to a person on the street, and I'm just sick of living like this, man. I can't live like this no more. I can't live like this, and he ain't denying it. And then that's the thing. And then Shantae is saying I don't love it. Like what? I just don't know. Oh my god! I see why Kiki Palmer ran away in Runaway Love. Just too much. Just too much. My heart is pulling me one way, and then my brain is pulling me another, and I just.
Kiki better than me. I went through hot grits on his ass.
Oh, I was talking about in Runaway Love. This is from probably
Oh,
about the time you were born. Don't worry about it. It was a song. Don't worry about that. Um, no. It's- and so it's like and now Andreas, I just want to tell him like, be mine. You know what I mean? Like just you see how.
oh. No, it's okay. That's not me. That's I don't think that I don't think she's referring to me. She can't be.
I ain't said a word.
Who knows?
I ain't said a word. I just know when I'm
I'm
moving.
off the clock.
Oh, how you? Let me
I'm
shut
off
up.
the clock.
I'm
I
not
didn't
answering
already
your
clocked
questions.
out.
But no, I just feel like if Trail is not gonna fight for what we have, then why am I? You know what I'm saying? Like
I know
I'm
what you
putting,
mean.
I'm putting my heart and my soul into this. And
Is you calling me? Ain't nothing, Barney. Calm down. What are you talking about? You good? Go back to sleep. There you go. Okay. Cause she be killing me. Cause I be going live sometimes, and people really be laughing at her. Like, like my mother's very funny.
and that was your mama you were talking to like that?
Yeah, me and my mom have more like a friendship kind of thing. Like it's not like that because I know my place, but like we have a really like really good relationship.
Girl,
I know.
you see how Trail trying to gaslight me. I watched an extra episode, kept my word, and made it to the live. That don't count for nothing. See, you see what I mean? Like, you ain't even you not even claiming me, and I just feel like I'm doing all this to claim you, and you ain't claiming me.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know.
You might be the mistress. You never know.
It is giving very side hoe. It's giving very like don't nobody know I exist. And if that's the case,
But if you're the side hoe, you're what he wants, but he can't have. So you gotta think about it like that. Because if you coming to me, it's like,
like Catherine said, it's given when it's convenient. It's given very convenient. It's given very like I don't have anyone
very.
to talk to today, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Trail did keep his word, so I'm gonna give him another chance. But Andreas and I can also get to know each other, just to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like just so.
You gotta keep your roster updated. You can't just have more. You just can't have one. You gotta have a roster just in case. You gotta have somebody to fall back on. Just in case.
Because it's just like, and then I feel like Andreas is playing with my emotions too, and I can't. I just Andreas don't even know my name. He don't even know my name, and Trail talking about TV shows, and I'm trying to talk about our wedding. It's like I don't know what to. It's like I don't know what to believe. So, Andreas, my name is
It's
Galen.
okay. He'll come around one time, friend. You know, you just gotta give them some time. It takes time.
I don't have too much more time. I am over 30, and the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. Um, so Andreas, my name is Galen, like homosexual Lynn, and yeah. Oh, not Derek said I was single handedly fun, ratchet, charmed. Y'all wait and see, baby. Listen, I'm here for it.
Ooh.
I could always use an investor. Listen, okay. So let me say this again. So Galen, it's Galen, like Jalen, but with a G, pronounced G instead of J. Um,
I was pronouncing your name wrong then. Because I was saying it like a gallon of water. You know, like a gallon GA. You know?
that's musty. Listen, people call me that all the time. They'll say Galen, they'll say Glenn, they say everything except Galen, and I'm like, it's I don't know, because now I feel like somebody's calling me like a gallon of milk. Like they're saying like I'm so big, I look like a gallon of milk, a gallon of sweet tea, and they finna pour it out,
You're not that big. You're really skinny.
baby. Um, I appreciate. I don't know what I appreciate, but let's. The delusion is delusion, and I don't know. I don't know. See, and now see. Okay, this is the thing: is when someone has your heart, and now Trill is saying he joined the live knowing my name, and it's like it's almost like I feel like now he's trying to fight for me, but he ain't fighting for me directly, and it's like I got a whole other boo in the comments that wants to know about me and wants to know my name and wants to know who I am. And Trail just
Yeah, you should let y'all join.
I can't. I can't. I don't have the energy for it. I just feel like
Ooh.
I can only imagine. I wonder what it's like for the people that just came in here and they have no idea what we're talking about. And they're like, why are there pictures of the charmed ones in the background and you talking about someone fighting for you? What is going on? How did we get from point A to point B?
Exactly. We done went totally off topic.
Completely.
But I do
Completely.
have a question.
Sure.
I honestly, this is my personal opinion, but like I feel like that Paige alone, I feel like people be like, no, you're being biased, but no, I feel like Paige solos Phoebe and Piper because like she has something that they don't. She has that edge.
Well, I don't really like to get into like the sisters going up against each other. I just don't. I don't care for that. It's like people will try to like they'll tag me and I feel bad for saying this, but people will tag me in like videos where like they'll have an edit of Piper blowing something up, but then his page that they blow like I can't I
It'll be
don't
like a picture of Paige's face on it. I
yeah,
know
or
what
like
you
a video of
mean.
her being blown up or something like that. And I don't have the I don't care for that conversation.
The brain cells for it.
Yeah, like I personally think that that is counterproductive to the to the show, and like I'm not gonna watch it so I can compare them and pit them against each other. But that's me. That's just me. So I don't have an opinion on that.
I just find it funny how in the show was like if they use their powers against each other, they lose it. It's just like okay. It's like a true definition of sisterhood. It's a bond, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and I think that's why they lose their powers if they use them against each other. Is like, um, they're but then again the rules of good magic are just a mess anyway, so I mean you can use the power for whatever you want, but let's not go crazy because you might get into personal gain territory. Piper can freeze Leo to have sex, but then Phoebe can't have premonitions about her baby daddy, so it's just like okay.
Yeah, but I think you should let me drop down and you should bring up Andreas.
Not drop, not you said I gotta go. Let's see. I don't know how to add nobody back. Let me see. But you watching me, I see you watching me. It's not coming up when it says people that can go live. So, um, so it's giving I can't add you, but I could be mistaken. Myth taken. And if you never watched Buffy, then you're not gonna get that joke. Don't worry about what that was because it's not y'all's business. I'm talking big business.
Real business.
I hate that. I love that lady and I hate that lady at the same time. It's like I'm talking
For real.
business. Anyway, maybe Andreas can call me and we can talk about it.
Oh, call you. Mm.
Cause you know, Trill ain't acting right. Trill ain't ever asked me, can we talk? So not Blake being messy again. Blake just messy. Just a mess. Just a messy. Messy like a room. Catherine said, I'm trying to hook our friend up here and I'm trying hard. Baby, listen, from your mouth to God's ears because right now, I'm feeling very, right now, I am feeling very like torn in between the two because I really want to be with you, but something's telling me I should leave you alone. That's Latoya Luckett, for those of y'all who don't know. Oh, is it Michaela? Baby, I hope it's Michaela because I don't like mispronouncing people's names. But thank you. She said, I love your videos. Thank you. Um, Team Trail. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, okay, okay. Here we
Team
go.
trial.
Yeah, some people said they think. Okay. Oh yes. By the way, if this is making anybody uncomfortable, please, I truly apologize. Um, I'm not gonna do that. That's messy because I was gonna say I was gonna make a poll and I was gonna see who y'all are. Are y'all team Andreas or are y'all team Trail? Because now I need to know. But I need to know if it's
You
okay.
better than me because I would have did it.
Well, because, okay. Here's where I'm at. Is I don't like making people feel uncomfortable, right? So I don't want him to think I'm serious. Like I don't,
Oh, I know what you mean.
yeah, like I don't want somebody to be like I felt very uncomfortable
Yeah.
here. And so that's why like I be in my own delusion, but I have to go back and I have to remember like these are people and their lives, and so I'm not trying to make anyone feel uncomfortable. So boundaries, that Mia, that very much. Mimi, he already called the police on you, BB. Listen.
It's okay. The police will be there tomorrow morning.
You're gonna get a knock at your door, BB. Don't worry about it. You're gonna get a knock at your door. You're gonna get some papers served to you. So Blake is talking about the Discovery of Witches podcast, and baby, listen. How do I say this? You will get the Discovery of Witches podcast at the same time that you get the Grams versus Gail part 2 video, because it's not coming. It's not coming. Listen, I feel like once I learn how to use my green screen more, I'll probably do the Grams versus Gail video because I have a vision of what I want it to be in my head. And so hopefully I can make that vision come to life, but I can't
I feel played.
no, I'm just
Why I had to do me like that?
I just didn't know what that was. I got a little frightened. Did Trail leave?
Perfect.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras. I can't. I'm hurt. I'm hurt, Lou. And I don't hurt that easy. That's from the Grinch. But no, I see now I feel really bad because now I feel like did I make him whatever?
Yes.
I'll just I need to stop. I need to stop. I really need to stop. Like for real. Like it's given very like
I
oh
want to say you.
oh my god, I feel so bad. I want to like now I feel stupid. Oh my god. I want to just like I just want to like pass out. Ugh. I feel so bad.
Ah, nah, he left because his wife told him come to bed.
She probably did. What if she did? What if his wife was like, you on the internet again?
Ah,
See, but then
get
Andreas.
up on there.
Oh, Andreas is still here. I think Andreas is still here. If he, all I'm gonna say is if Andreas is still here, then he wins, and we're not gonna mess with
Yeah,
Trail.
he is.
Okay, he's still here. So yeah, we ain't gonna mess with Trail no more. We're gonna leave Trail alone. We're gonna leave Trail alone. We just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on, and you know, we're just gonna apologize, and we're just gonna not Terrell. Now he said Terrell.
But I'm not gonna lie, Charm. Like sometimes, like it's like I don't, cause like as soon as I started like really watching it, before I really looked anything up on it, I'm like I can tell this is written by men. This is written by men,
Ooh.
cause like you could tell, cause it wasn't really touching on like real female problems a lot. Like it wasn't really touching on stuff that people would go through if you were a woman, and it's like you can tell. You can tell it's wrote by men.
Yeah, yeah. I think especially the fact that like the relation like the fact that they had to end the show with them having relationships especially feels like a man wrote that. Now, whether that's 100% true or not,
Definitely.
it definitely feels like in order for them to be happy, they have to have a man. Um, because there was no reason to just throw men at them like that at the end. Because especially Paige, I could definitely see Paige having ended single. Like, most definitely being single. But then
Definitely.
at the same time, Chris was a hoe. When Chris first got there, he was smashing any and everything. So it's like, so I think that Andreas cannot join because he doesn't have enough followers. And the reason that and I hate to say that, like, whatever, but the reason I say that
That
is that,
wouldn't make any sense though, because I have less followers than he do.
you girl, I don't
I
know.
have 500 followers.
Baby, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to figure this out. Y'all gonna have to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know the answer to the question. Thank you for the heart thing. Are you getting some money?
Oh, I can't find the comment. Oh, Kenny, the lady Kenny, she said, actually, Constance and Birds wrote all the episodes, but that's the thing, though. Eventually, they pushed her out.
Are you just
They
calling?
pushed Homegirl out.
Did you hear what I said?
Hmm? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I said, are you getting some money or something? What did I hear? Because I'm very nosy.
Getting some money?
Yeah, thought I heard some money, some coins.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't never be knowing. Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. My mom is a naturally loud person. She gets down.
Who is she talking to? Wait, let me not, because I don't want her to scream at me. Let me hush. Let me be quiet.
She talking to my, she talking to my sister.
Because baby, mama is cutting up tonight, and I love it. I'm here for it. I want some more of it.
And then see, she gonna call my name like, what? I'm off the clock. I'm off the clock. I'm off the clock. I clocked out. It's night shift. It's Moo turn. It's night shift. Okay. I said okay. Okay. Bye. I don't know. You can get Moo to do that. I'm not getting up, bro. I'm not getting up. Nope. End of discussion. We done. I'm sorry. We done. She gonna throw something at me.
I don't need to know
I
about
need to
that.
stop playing with her.
I'm not gonna be complicit about nothing, baby. It's giving very much. It's giving very much Xavion. I told you to get up. I don't even know if your name is Xavion. I just made that up. It's giving very much Xavion.
No, my name's not Zane. It's Isaiah, but I go by Zane.
I like Xavion better, so that's what I'm gonna call you. Um, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. But no, chum. Whew, that made my nerves bad,
Mm.
baby. Because the way my mama would have. Let me stop that. Let me stop that. I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that. I hate that. I'm joking when I say that. It's just like I don't know if y'all have ever had someone when you say something they be like, "You couldn't have made it in my house." And I remember I asked somebody one time what that meant, and they were.
You reading what I'm reading, or
Baby, it's giving crime scene. I'm
it
waiting to
is. I live right next to the
listen.
hospital.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus. Baltimore is crazy, and I don't ever want to go there.
Yeah, you come here, you're likely to get shot. Yeah, you can't even have your kids playing outside. And if you do that, I mean, they'll tell you to take the kids in the house when they about to, they got to go pow, pow, pow. But if you didn't get in the house in time, you didn't get in the house in time.
I don't know if
It's
you're joking or not,
very,
but I'm not going
yeah,
over
it's
there.
bad down there.
I'm gonna stay right. I'm gonna stay right here in Louisiana. I'm good, thank you.
I
Thank
wish it
you.
was a joke.
I ain't got nothing. Mm-mm. It
Mm,
definitely is giving first 48. It's definitely giving first 48, and I'm not
it
doing that.
is.
Because if you think that Olivia and Stabler are finna come at me, no, thank you. So Ale- Alessandra, Alessandra Kennedy said, um, people do that. Like whenever I do something or I say like this hurt my feelings or whatever, people will be like, "Oh, you couldn't have made it in my house." Da 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 da. And every time somebody says that, my first thought is like, "Well, what was going on in your house that I wouldn't have made it? What does that mean? Like, were
Exactly.
you being like strung up from the ceiling or something? What do you mean I couldn't have made it in your house?" And when people say it like, like you really are too soft to have grown up with it, I'm like, baby, it's not. Far be it from me. I'm not judging when I make this statement. What I am going to say is that from my perspective, if you had to be hard skinned to be at your house and to grow up there, that is not a necessarily good thing. Like that may be something that you need to go back and unpack. Like that may be something that you need to,
Work on.
work on and look into, because you may have some trauma. So if you had to be thick skinned to live in your house, I think, come on, cowboy hat, baby. Derek said,
Ooh.
listen, let me tell you
He
something.
been popping off with the gifts.
Between you and Derek, let me write this down real quick. Let me write this down, and I'm gonna show y'all that I wrote it down, because between Derek and Zay, let me make a ratchet charm, because Derek said
Cause
that
I
he was
gets
gonna
down.
fund he you do, and Derek said he is gonna fund Ratchet Charmed if it's the last thing he do, and guess what? The two of y'all just did it. So let me do um let me see. Oh,
Cause I gets down. I had this big business.
we talking big business.
Big
We
business.
talking big business. Let me see. And the next one is gonna be dedicated. I'll write kind of slow. Give me a second.
Nah, but yeah, you really should do that for like the people that support you. Like you bring them up on like your panel and stuff.
What are you doing with them coins? Hello? I ain't never heard no paper that sound like quarters. And now you lying. See, I don't like that. Mm-mm.
I
So
mean,
as you can see, I wrote down
no.
the next Ratchet Charm is funded by by Zay and Derek. As you can see, I wrote it down so that I do not forget that the next one is funded by viewers like you. Because, baby, listen.
Viewers like you.
And then Andreas, but Andreas is different because me and him are gonna be texting about what he's gonna fund. So that's that's my boo. That's
I'm sorry, but no, like
my.
you're me very like they're
Oh,
funny.
thank you, Dill Pickles. I call him Dill Pickles. It's like Dill Pick. I just say Dill Pickles just because I ain't got time to say the younger, the shortened version. So you know what, Dill Pick. Yeah, Dill Pick. Let me write your name down too, because this is funded. Oh, come on, Crown. Come on.
Ooh,
And
crowns. Ooh.
pick. Wait, how many K's are in there? Oh, okay, it's 2. Oh, okay. Cause I
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
wait a minute, because I said wait. I just
Cause
got
I was like, cause I was about to say the same thing.
I got off track. The ADHD, ADHD. I had to turn this on. I had to turn this on. I'm sorry. Cause I didn't think like that, but sometimes we add extra letters, we do stuff like that. So I was like, how many? I was like, how many did we put? Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, cause
We're good.
okay.
We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh God, y'all, I really do want to start like, yes, Andreas, I said you. Well, okay, I'm finna say this, and y'all. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
You should say it.
Okay, y'all, don't tell Andreas this, okay? But if he really did want to call me, baby, I'll slide you the
Ooh.
number. That's all I'm saying. But don't tell him I said that, because then he's gonna think I'm thirsty. But anyway, I do be wanting to start. I do be wanting to start a Patreon. I want my eventual goal is to start a Patreon, but I know that right now at this point in my life, I am not able to give people consistent content, and I'm not about to ask people for money when I know, not ask like I'm on the street, but oh, not that. That's not what oh Lord. I'm not going to I'm not going to create a platform for people to give me money when I know that I'm not able to give them something in return. Something that they can say like, "Okay, this is what my money is going to, I'm getting this exclusive content." Like I really don't want to say that. I really don't want to do that. That's not my, whatever. So, although I do want to one day be able to pursue content creation, podcasting, things like that permanently, I do not think that I'm able right now with my work schedule and school schedule, things like that, to be consistent with it. And really, if I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't think that my mindset is fully there yet. I think I'm still getting used to being. Now, you didn't ask me for any of this. No, nobody did. I'm just giving you this just because I can. I don't think that my mindset is quite there yet. I think I'm still learning how to be consistent. I'm still learning how to manage myself, manage my time, and not let my anxiety speak for me, not let the ADHD speak for me. But learning to be more, hold myself accountable for deadlines, things like that. And so since I'm still doing that, because I've seen people ask me, why, I haven't started a Patreon. I'm like, baby, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that.
Cause I definitely support. Cause I'll be one of your first few supporters. You already know.
I think, yeah. Listen, and if I did do it, it would only be for like 99 cents. It would not be for like $20. It would be like literally for 99 cents. Because I'm not finna. And then I think the other thing is that I don't want to get to the point where people be like, okay, well, you was doing this for free forever, and so now I gotta pay to watch you do the page dance. That's crazy. And so I would need to, I feel like, kind of step up my content so that I would have something that could be exclusive, that people would feel like they were,
I know what you mean.
getting,
Cause your content is exclusive now, but it's like your content is really good now. But like, if you took it up to another level and you did that, so many people, you get so much more of an audience. You get more viewers, and then people will start sharing it to their friends and their friends' friends, and like you just gain so much popularity. You just gotta put yourself out there.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that. I really do appreciate that. I'm trying to take those kind of compliments because I really feel like, I really do feel like I'm starting to be more confident in myself, and I feel like I'm starting to be more confident in what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, things like that, because I do have a schedule now. And somebody, I did one video where I showed everybody that I had the little mini mic and stuff like that. So I really do. I have an ASMR series on the way, so y'all be ready for that. That's coming. I don't know when though, because I really feel like I want to wait until the first of the year because I want to have it like edited so that way I can give myself time to film and edit and whatever else, and then just like schedule, instead of having to, because school is going to be crazy this next we could do trimesters like we're having babies, and I want to just be able to like put the content out instead of, you know, like being like, oh, let me do this, and then I'm doing it last minute, whatever.
Blake
So
has a point though.
what do you say?
He said, "Oh my gosh, build a support team to help you. You really should.
I don't know what that means. Like a
Like
support team, like
people to help you with like not like ideas, but yeah, sometimes ideas to help you with putting stuff out there, this, that stuff that you would like maybe like because you said you needed an intro. I was going to tell you about something because I also came up here because I wanted to tell you something. I know somebody that, and she probably do it for free. For free.
listen, I wouldn't mind doing it for hell. I mean, of course, the only thing I can really give right now is like a shout out. Like when I tell you I am broke, I mean that my job pays me nothing. Like my job does not pay me anything. And so I feel like for me, I just feel really uncomfortable asking people to do stuff for free. I think, and I'm very open to having a support team. Let me say that. I'm very open to that. I think the two things that are really, really holding me back, the two things that are holding me back is number one, I'm so used to my mindset being that if I mess up, it's on me. And as opposed to like, I have these people to help me. And that's why they're here, is to help me. I feel like my mindset is like, I have to do it because if it's bad because of me. I don't even know how to describe that. But it feels like I have to put everything on myself because I this gonna sound so bad, and Lord, I feel like I'm gonna start crying. I feel like I'm not really worth asking people to help me. Like I feel like who would really want to help me? Like what would be so special about me that people would want to help? And somebody said oldest sister energy. I actually am the oldest child, so I think that is Andrea said, can I get a shout out? See, that's all he want from me is a shout out, but I am gonna give you a shout out. My boo, my baby daddy, the father of my children. But is they still here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just listening, I'm a listener. I gotta listen to you. I gotta listen to you talk, and then I can respond.
The cat is cutting up. I'm sorry, but but um, but I think that's a lot of it. I think that's what's holding me back. And then the other thing that's really holding me back is I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I'm scared to succeed. I feel like I'm scared to do well because I feel like when you start doing well, there's that expectation of like what's next. And I feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now is like I've been doing the same thing and I really just for myself want to upgrade my content. I want to do better. That's why I've been getting different things. I got a new light, I got a new microphone, I got, different things. I'm scared to do well because I'm scared I'm not gonna be able to maintain it. And I'm scared people gonna be like, you're doing too much, but everybody got to start somewhere. So,
I know what you mean. So we all start somewhere, but it's like, in my opinion, it's like I think you keep forgetting that's one thing though, that this is your page.
yeah, that's true.
And like people can't be like, well, when are you gonna do this? When are you gonna do that? They gotta let me work around my time first, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I can whip up something real quick for you.
Yeah, that's true. Like Derek is giving me some really good advice and some also in addition to like you and everyone else. I want to say I appreciate everybody. I just read what he said is to keep the key is to keep having fun, and that's so true because I'm not kidding y'all when I tell you that I feel like one thing that really helped my content is like when I left my job, I stopped feeling so stressed and I feel happy for the first time in years. I actually genuinely, without telling myself, I feel happy. And when I make videos now, I be cracking up. Do you understand me?
Mm.
When I tell you I make them videos and I go back and watch them and I'll be like, this gonna be the one, this gonna be the one that's gonna get us out the hood. Like I be so tickled. And then when it doesn't like perform the way I want it to, I'm like, baby, I don't care. I just wanted everybody to see it because like I have an idea in my head and then I execute it. And baby, listen, when I tell you I be so tickled at the stuff that I put out sometimes. I'm trying to remember which one. It was like the Real Housewives video. I think that first one I did. And it was like the House Witches or it was the Matriarchs of the Warren line or whatever. When I tell you I watched that video for about 10 minutes before I actually posted it because I was laughing that hard. And that lets me know that I'm on the right track with the content. Like I'm not just putting stuff out because I think, oh, this is gonna be fun. You know what? No, like I'm actually putting out what I want to put out. And so it's just, I don't know. And by the way, I do want to say Catherine said that she would be more than willing to inbox me about something with the Discord. And I'm fully here for that because I really want to utilize the Discord. And I think there's a way that we can use that to like make things feel more exclusive and whatnot. And I'm here for it. And Derek also said about his job, I've got to get out.
Oh, the part is purring. Okay.
Hera, hush, girl. Anyway, Derek said, I've got to get out of my job to get to that place. Right now, your videos are what I turn to the like, oh, thank you. Oh, don't make me cry. Listen, I'm serious when I mean like, he said oh.
He not wrong because I ain't laughing a while neither until I started watching your videos because you are actually funny. Ooh, don't cry. Because your content is unique. It's what makes you special.
um, um, the reason that just hit me so hard, I think I've shared, I don't know if I've said it, at my previous job, I genuinely felt like I was dying. Like, I remember telling my mom, like, I'm not gonna survive if I stay here, at that job. And I just, like, I don't mean to trigger anybody or anything like that, but, I don't mean to trigger anyone, but, not but, why do I keep saying but? I was about 2 steps away from doing something I couldn't take back. And, something that made me leave was when I realized like I don't feel like a person. Like I don't feel like a like I'm somebody. I don't feel like an individual. Like I just kind of feel like I'm just existing. And so the only thing that kept me afloat was making videos. Like that's it. That's the only thing. That and my family. Like my mom and my sister, them making these videos, like they are the only things that I had a really good support team, a really good support system, like my friends and stuff. Some of them, child is a whole other story, but uh, I remember that feeling, and just knowing I can help somebody through that is
It gives you a heartwarming feeling knowing that you can help other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Derek, for saying that and for sharing that. I had to screenshot that because I'm making a little. Let me tell you why I screenshot it. Let me tell you why I screenshot it. I'm making a little scrapbook for myself of things that people have said to me that keep me going because there are so many days where I have been like, I don't have the energy for this because I feel like I put so much pressure on myself to create something. And it's like sometimes I feel like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And so having those reminders of, I'm sorry, I know it was weird for me to screenshot. It's giving Phoebe and Piper is handing her the tissue, and she's like, "Thank you." It's giving
Yes,
very,
because the thank you had me dead. When I saw that, I was like, "Are you serious?" Because it was like,
it's giving very thank you, but I didn't want to let that moment pass by, and I not get that because one thing that I learned through that journey of working at the job was very much that I was just letting time pass. I was just letting time pass. And I think that's the hardest thing about when you working somewhere you don't want to work and it's taking over your life is that you lose time. Like you lose
you
days, you lose
definitely
hours.
did.
You know, the time that you're there is time that you can't get back. And I started working there when I was 26. No, I started working there when I was 25 and I didn't leave until I was 31 and almost 32. And that's one of the biggest like um regrets of my life is that I let so much time pass. But Derek, I know you don't know me, baby. And I know I'm just a person on the internet that you support and that's but I really want you to know like it is okay for you to choose yourself. Like seriously, I mean that from the depths of my soul, because that's something I went back and forth with for so long. And I don't know what your financial situation is. I can't tell you that. I can't. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not Beyonce. I'm not. I'm not telling you. I'm not saying I just quit my job and fell in love. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is that when the time comes that you're able to leave, don't don't let it um don't tell yourself that you don't know what's next or what the next hurdle is going to be because that's what stopped me for a long time was I didn't know what was next. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was whatever. And even though things aren't great right now financially and you know your boy is kind of in the trenches financially anyway, um it's worth it. Like your peace and your soul. Like when you lay down at night and you feel like today was a day of your life instead of a day that you were at work or that you weren't at work. When you can actually lay down and you can feel like today was a day of your life and not just a day of work, trust me, that piece is worth it. It is so worth it. And if don't nobody else support you, I support you.
Your
And
cat is an unpaid actor.
baby, the cat is back there. I was trying to ignore her because I'm trying to.
Oh, I was like, ooh,
Oh,
ooh,
was that a galaxy?
oh, what?
What was that, baby? Oh, Derek, you know,
What?
not me and Derek will be best friends, baby. It is giving.
Dark
It is
is
giving.
cutting up.
But no, you know, part of the reason, not almost failed trying to sit back in the seat, but the reason I appreciate you and Derek so much and everybody that gives me something. I'm not just I'm saying y'all in particular, and you know we kind of talk about like, oh, y'all cutting up things like that. You do not know what it means to me that someone supports me like that. It's not about the money. It's not about like the gifts or the whatever. It's not about that. It's you don't know what it means that I get on here and I show my face, and I be so self-conscious, and that's why I talk and I ramble. It's because a lot of the time I be anxious because I'm like, somebody gonna come in here, they gonna laugh, I need a haircut, my face looks like this, and I'm big, and I whatever, and so I have to tell myself like, okay, all right, we're good, we got this. And this is something that Lord Jesus, I know this is gonna sound so dramatic. I don't think y'all know how much my heart is yearning to do this professionally. Like, literally, I stay up at night writing things down, typing stuff out, thinking like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I wanna. And sometimes, like, I feel like I can't, get that out. And so it's like, y'all and Catherine, especially, but like Catherine, Leah, Blake, like I, Caston, Jim, just every I know I'm just naming like I'm just naming names. I'm not saying it, like everybody that is in this chat tonight is somebody who supports me. Like, we have a community to where I can name people's names and say this person is here. Tumescence is here. Abby is here. Not Abby said her own name. Abby said, baby, listen, I am proof. No, I'm joking. But no, I mean, but like, for real, like, you can smell what the rock is cooking, or stink what the rock is cooking. I don't remember what the name is, but them, Miss Jetty, like Derek, everyone, like, I'm telling you, like, the way that I feel supported, I actually feel support, baby. And Dill Pickles with the two K's, with the two K's, with the two, just two. We don't have no more.
Not three,
No,
two.
we don't have more than two. We got two, and that's it. Um, but I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And Shantae, I'm sorry, I forgot about Shantae. Y'all, see, that's why I shouldn't have started naming names. It's because I don't want nobody to think I'm leaving them out. It's not like I'm not leaving nobody out. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying, like, feeling supported is something I haven't felt with, like, this, with creating things, with whatever, because I was always so scared of it, because I was like, I don't want to get laughed at, I don't want to get talked about, I don't want to and this is like the highlight of my week, is being able to talk to everybody, and making a video, and then people comment, and then I not comment back because my ADHD kicks in, and then I get anxious. and everybody and then everybody comments, and I don't respond to the comments until like 2 months later, because my anxiety was like, I'm not going through all of that. But so yeah, that was so dramatic. I'm sorry, y'all. And if you're not in the Discord, please join the Discord.
I am not.
Yeah, you should do it. Like, it's in a link in my bio. I think you have to put it in a browser, and you go from there. And Andreas, I mean, you don't need the Discord, because you're gonna have my number. So.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm.
Ooh.
Oh my God! I wish I could turn on my camera. Ugh.
But so Derek is gonna join. So okay, we're gonna have Derek. Just let me know when you get in there, because sometimes I don't be knowing like who's who. The Dill Pick with the two K's is I don't even know how to work Discord, baby. Low key, neither do I. I just be in it, just figuring it out as I go. I just be here as I go. So you are not alone in that at all. At all. You are not alone.
But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody. But I'm pretty sure everybody here appreciates your content. But me, I gotta tell you something, because like your content, you should not care about the haters because, quite frankly, it's I ain't gonna say the F word, but it's F them because the haters they don't matter. The only people that matter are the people that are here for you because those that mind don't matter really, but the people that don't mind are the people that really matter.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's what I've had to focus on is like focus on the positive part of it because I am very like I very much pinpoint things. Like that's why like sometimes if you listen to me, baby, I can tell you about a noise they made on an episode, something like that, because I pay attention to certain stuff that really don't matter. And so like in a sea of positive comments, it'll be one thing and I'm like, I should have like one time I didn't realize I had like some sleep still in my eye, and somebody was like, "Get the sleep out your eye," and I was like, "Why are you
Ooh.
for that?" And baby, I felt so played. I felt so played. I was like, "Let me tell you something," because first and foremost, don't play me like that. And second off, I'm not gonna delete it because you just gonna have to see it because I'm already done it and I'm not redoing it. So it is what it is at this point. I'm not gonna re-upload and say, "Am I a Virgo?" No, I'm a Cancer. Sensitive as a
I
Cancer.
can tell you're a Cancer.
Sign goes to coast. Beyonce made me want to slap her when she says sensitive as a Cancer. What you mean? Mm,
It's mm,
mm. It was given very Solange is a Cancer, and so I'm gonna throw shade at her, but I don't want her to know I'm throwing shade at her. Uh oh, come on, Treasure. Come on, Cancers. We in this thing.
but like I'm gonna be honest with you, low key I can tell you're a Cancer though. Because like you're so worried about like you're worried about your fans and your followers. And it's like you worry about yourself, but it's like you're more empathetic. Let me say that.
Yeah,
Very.
yeah, that's true. I do kind of overdo worrying about other people, whether it's in a good way or a bad way. So it's something that I struggle with, but there we are. Mars said, I heard a little something. You need to do a karaoke night. Listen, so I live with my mama and my sister at the moment, and I would love to do a karaoke night, but I don't want to disturb them, so I can't do that. Here's a fun fact that people don't know that I don't know if they know. I don't know, but in 2017, I never made it on. Like I didn't make it on the show, but I not excuses. Joseph, don't play with me. Like don't gaslight me. Um, um, not stud. Come on, Drake. Let me go to Texas. Um, what am I trying to say here? In 2017, I didn't make it on the show. So, and Joseph, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Um, I tried out for American Idol and for The Voice that year. I drove from Louisiana to Nashville, Tennessee, and I tried out for The Voice. I did not make it, clearly. But that was one of the first times I really was like, I want to do this. I want to try. But I sabotaged myself because I got nervous halfway through and I messed up. And I went back and I was like, I'm so sorry, I messed up. And the lady was kind of looking like, of course, and then I think that took me out the running. I sang When You Believe by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. And I think I was doing pretty good until I messed up, and then I got nervous and felt embarrassed, and I didn't do it. And then when I went to try out for American Idol a couple of months later, I sang, or I had initially wanted to sing "Love" by Music Soul Child, and at the very last second, I decided to sing "Love Song" by Candace Glover, and so it wasn't. I didn't practice it, so that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. But I'm glad I tried. Like I'm very happy that I tried.
It's to have tried and never then have tried at all.
Exactly. That part. That part. And Derek wants me asked me to sing Fever and give us the McGowan hand shuffle. Listen, because now I feel embarrassed. I'm so scared because it was like I'm gonna sing it just like Paige did. Never know how much I love you. Know how much I care when you put your arms around me. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm doing it. I get a fever. Oh God. Okay, let me leave that lady alone. Let me leave that lady alone. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Auntie's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Auntie's gonna buy you a diamond ring. And that's how you knew Nate was in love because he looked that woman dead in her face and said, "Oh, you got some pipes, girl." Girl, I ain't never had no nigga lie to me.
Oh! You're
But
getting raw, unfiltered, Mr. G.
I've never had a man lie to me like that ever. I've never had a man lie to me like that. So,
I'm a little hurt that Paige ended up with Henry. I feel like she deserved to be with Glenn because her and Glenn, their dynamic was just so quirky and cute. It was just so amazing.
yeah, I feel like I don't understand. I'm sure there's a reason, like a narrative reason or something like that, but I don't understand the point of having him marry someone else and then come back to tell Paige and she not know beforehand. You know what I mean? Like it would be different if he had been talking to her about this woman and he didn't know how to break the news to her that he was married. I just feel like they had her they had him be such a part of her life just to turn around and be like, yeah, but he didn't tell her he was getting married. I don't know. It was just that was a weird send off or weird end to their relationship because clearly she didn't know about this woman. Even if they had said that it was a whirlwind romance, that's one thing. I don't know. I just it was. As for Henry, so one thing that I learned when I met them in person, when I met the Charmdons in person, is that they had actually offered Kerr Smith to be in season 8 and he turned it down. That's the one that played Kyle in season 7. So they had actually offered him to be in season 8 and he said no. So I think that if they weren't going to go the route of Kyle, I don't really know what I would have done for Paige because I do think that that's what he said. That's what they said. They said that they offered him the role. I have it on camera. I have it where they actually said it, but I have to find the video of it. Because I recorded the whole thing. So, um now what now am I saying that Kyle should have been the love of her life? No. I mean, I wouldn't have minded if they had worked towards that, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just presenting the information. Um I do think Henry was good for her, but I almost feel like Henry was like, I don't know how else to say this, I guess, other than to just say it. I almost, I dropped, no, I was moving my trash can. That's what that was. That's what that
Mm.
noise was. So don't play with me like that. Um, I almost feel like, um, Henry was supposed to be like Kyle continued. But then also, and I don't know how this is gonna be perceived or received rather. I almost feel like he was supposed to be like her Andy, if that makes sense. And not just with the police
They
thing.
do.
I do feel like he was supposed to be like the Andy of it. But I feel like Glenn was also supposed to be like her initial Andy prototype. And then they fumble that. And I don't know. I've never really fully been dedicated to that idea. But that's what I get is like Henry was supposed to be like Kyle. Or he was supposed to be like Andy. You know, like I don't know.
Because sometimes it feels like if people be feeling the same way about Phoebe, how they feel like she should have ended up with Cole. Because in this one episode, they was like they had went back in time to go help Melinda Warren, and like she had did the thingy with the apple where it showed who your soulmate was, and it turned up as a C, and everybody thought it was Cole. Aha! They had it. They got their keys because it was Coop.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I think that was a complete coincidence. I really do. I do not think that
It
that
had to
was
be.
intentional because I'm not ever gonna give the writers that much. I will never give the writers that much to believe that they intentionally set up Coop later on, or even not intentionally, not even intentionally, but that they remembered that fact rather. Hey, Tay Tay Hull. Tay Tay Hull. I like that. Tay Tay Hull. And is that Morticia in your as your profile picture? Is that Cher? I think that's Cher. Not me not knowing the difference between Morticia and Cher. Okay, my bad. Um, I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's share.
baby. I thought that was Morticia. I'm so sorry, because I saw the rose and the pale skin, and I really thought. But anyway. So I think that that was a coincidence that that happened. But so someone is saying a coincidence, but Phoebe connected to Cupid back in season 2 as well. I do think that they should have brought that Cupid back. I am one of those people. However, come on, 3 new people in the Discord. Yeah. But I do also feel like y'all give a shout out to Catherine because baby, the way Catherine is low key my social media manager at this point because she be keeping that Discord together.
Mm.
She be keeping that Discord together. Do you understand me? And baby, if I could pay her, I absolutely would because mama is on it. She be on it. And then Leia too. Leia be there. She be now. It was one day where Leia was really trying me, and I don't know what. And then her and Catherine were going back and forth with it too. That's the other thing is Catherine and Leia, who's supposed to be there for me. One night, oh baby, they was dragging my
Mm.
through the mud. They called me
Ooh.
anything but a child of God. Do you understand me? But you didn't hear that from me. I didn't say that. I never said that. I never said that, and you can't prove I did unless you screen recording.
But like the show in whole, it's like it's really good, but there's a few episodes that really grind in my gears. Like the cleaners, they had me hot because it's like you wanted to cover up magic so bad that you made it seem like Daryl killed a man in cold blood is insane.
Hmm. So let me finish up the Phoebe thing, and then I'm gonna move to that because I do have a thing to say.
Hmm.
So with Phoebe, I feel like it made sense for Phoebe to fall in love with a Cupid or her, ultimate love be a Cupid because Phoebe was the character who always loved love. So being with the physical embodiment of love makes 100% for her. As far as the cleaners, they had, I think, a perfect, perfect setup to address all hell breaks loose. They had the perfect opportunity to say that the cleaners were devised and created as a result of what happened to Prue. They had I mean it was right there. I mean like it was right here. The plate was right here and their mouth was right here. It was, I mean like
Definitely.
all they had to do was just turn it up and just eat. But then they ruin it by saying, so you were assigned to the charmed ones ever since they first became witches.
Hmm. That's like, oh, okay.
I got so stressed out. I got so stressed out when he said that because all I could think was, what was the purpose of that line? Other than to say that they've been there and they know all of where the you know skeletons are buried. what they could have said, what they could have used, and it would have had just the same impact. They could have,
Definitely.
instead of saying, you've been assigned to the Charmed Ones ever since they became witches. Imagine if Barbas had said, "You just came into creation, didn't you?" And the cleaners are like, "Yes, we did." And then Barbas is like, "Would you like to state why you were brought into existence in just the past few years?" And the cleaners are like, "It was a result of the Charmed Ones mess with their, however you want to phrase that." And then Barbas is like, "I rest my case." And then he walks off. And then Phoebe fully understands the implications of what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And she fully understands the depth of what just occurred. And then we get a chance to see her. Am I saying that you have to replay that episode? No, but I think it would have been a good moment for her to be like, "I didn't think this was gonna come back and bite us like this." But instead of doing that, they said, "Okay, we're just gonna go back and we're going to rewrite the lore, and we're just gonna say something stupid and hope that it sticks." And you know what? They stuck to their guns and said, "This is what we're."
Mm-hmm. They definitely did.
They stuck to their guns and said, "This is what we're doing." And I can't. It's like it makes me so mad because it was right there. Literally, the only thing that they had to do was just for once be competent writers. That's it. That's all they had to do was just be competent writers, and they didn't. And there's one thing to like miss something or get something wrong every now and again. I'm not tripping on that because no show is perfect. Everybody's gonna have like a moment. But to let something like that fall through the cracks lets me know they just weren't thinking. Like somebody had
But
not turned this on. They didn't turn this on. And I can't.
you got a point. My thing is that like also what Kat had said in the comments earlier, because like when they tried to take Wyatt, they was getting down. They really wanted him gone. But like my thing is like Piper wasn't playing that because she said that the object of objection be nothing but a dream as I cause the scene to be unseen. How many cars fell in that water?
Baby, Piper said, "Listen, I fell in the water, baby. Did they fall in the water or did they disappear?" Piper unalived an entire city of people and didn't care, didn't think twice about it. Now, did they actually?
And
No.
did.
But at least they disappeared. They went somewhere. Something happened. They were
They
not
went somewhere.
for a full moment. And Piper didn't care. And I honestly can't blame her because one thing about it, I'm gonna get my child back. Piper tried to blow that man up. She said, and he caught it and was like, "Girl, anyway, that's cute." But the cleaners are another example to me of how I think they're probably one of the only beings that, but I don't know, because I always thought it was death, but then it may be them. I don't feel like Charmed knew how to write neutral beings. Everything was always kind of leaning towards one side, if that makes any sense. Like
I know what you mean.
the Angels of Destiny were supposed to be neutral. I assumed, but they always had them coded as good. Like they were always coded as good, beings. The Angel of Death was supposed to be coded. I mean, was supposed to be a neutral being, but he kind of had a fondness for them at a certain point, and was kind of on their side. And the same thing with the cleaners, where I feel like the cleaners were almost supposed to be coded as evil, but not necessarily. Like I feel like they were probably the only ones who genuinely were like, "We're just here to do our job. Like we really are just here to do what we
Exactly.
need to be doing." The avatars to me were coded as evil. Like to me,
Definitely.
they were coded as evil. But to say that they're neutral, but then they want to do all this. No, like you're saying, they're evil to me. And I just feel like part of the problem with that is kind of indicative of Charmed as a whole, that their system was a little too binary. Their system was too
But I'm
good.
gonna be honest with you. Be honest with you, there's one character in particular that I want to square up with, and that is the Angel of Destiny. Me and her got to square up because it's like you gave her Leo, then you take him back, and then like me personally, she better than me because when the end battle happened, I would have made sure I got the job done. I would have made sure Billy was done, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just, I, I just almost feel like if she had gone back in time, if Piper had gone back in time without Billy also going back, then they would have just unalived them. Like they would have just had to unalive them
definitely
because Billy wouldn't have had the knowledge of what happened. And I don't know. I don't know. That's me. That's me.
it gets me
Um,
every time because she fried her sister like she was toast. She fried that girl like she was
wow.
fresh.
Baby, and didn't have no
Mm.
hesitation about it. Christy threw that fireball, and Billy said, and then threw
Ooh.
it around back, and that was it. That was a wrap, baby. She blew up low key. So unreliable witnesses. I think binary was the way to go at that time. Today, I think characters are more complex. I agree with that because I think Charmed, because it did have its own thing. I think that's why they did that, and I can appreciate it to a certain extent. And that's another reason that I think shows like Buffy are not comparable or comparable. I say comparable, but you can't really, what was it? You can't really compare them because the thing about Buffy is like Buffy actually had neutral beings. Like Buffy herself was a neutral being. She, a Slayer
Mm,
does
mm,
good because
mm.
they fight evil, but the Slayer herself is not can might be a jerk. Like she is not the power is not inherently good. It's literally just power, and then the power came from a demon. So if anything, the power was low key evil, but it's all in the way the Slayer wields it. Like if she want to go down the street and just start snapping necks, then she can do that. And who gonna stop her? If look at Faith, Faith is a prime example. Faith went down the dark path. She became evil, low key. Even though she wasn't evil, she was just wrong and misguided, and she was doing horrible things for basically for hire. And even the witches aren't good or bad necessarily. The witches on that show, I mean, you can do whatever you want with magic. But if you do it wrong, there's an imbalance, then you're gonna mess things up. So it's interesting to see those two shows that came out at the same time, and they were like completely different. And for me, I would not want to be a part of the Charmed magic system because, baby, it's a little too.
Cause
Because,
I do think that
baby, I'm gonna
cause
be like,
I thank you
I'm gonna be like Gramps. If you think
because
I'm ever finna save an innocent, you must be out of your mind. Because there is no way. Baby, we never heard about Graham saving innocents. Even Patty tried to save a couple of innocents here and there. Baby, we never heard about Graham's doing anything with innocence. We heard about her vanquishing demons. We know she was casting spells on her granddaughters. It's insinuated that she was using magic to keep her son-in-law away. But when did we ever hear about Graham's trying to save an innocent? Never. Baby, Graham's heard it harm none, do what ye will, and said, okay, bet. Okay. That's all I need. She said, all right, I ain't gonna harm nobody, but baby.
mm, mm. But my thing is like Charmed. It's like you can't give me that power because it's like I'm gonna do all the right things the wrong way. So like I'm gonna steal from the government and give back to the poor.
Baby,
Yeah. So like
and I'm gonna get back to myself. That's my thing.
right.
I'll get back to everybody else after I got a mansion. Because no Grams was the Kiyoshi of Charm. Baby, listen. I uploaded that scene this was a couple of weeks ago when Kiyoshi created Kiyoshi Island. I don't know what it is about when Kyoshi goes into the Avatar state and she closes them eyes and she real quick and the glow goes away and then she gets them fans and
She
she
ate with them fans.
and then she gets
Yes.
the lava up really quick. Baby, you could not have told me that Mama Kiyoshi was not the one. Baby, baby, she ate that up. She ate that up. And then she did that little
She moved the
and
whole
she did that
island.
fan and she said and she did that airbending with that fan. Oh, baby.
Mm.
That's my
But the fans, her airbender isn't as strong as her earth and stuff. So like that's why she uses the fans though.
That's what I heard. I have to go back and I have to read the books because I haven't read the books. I bought them, I just never read them. And baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When Mama said when she said I killed Chin the Conqueror, you did what?
Ooh.
You did what? Now mind you,
She
you
said it
know,
with her chest.
it's like on the like you can say she did, but you could also say she didn't at the same time. And so it's like depending on how you look at the situation. But even when Aang was talking to her and he was like, "Well, you didn't really do it," and she was like, "It doesn't matter because I would have done it anyway." I was like, "Oh my god," because he
Oh,
yeah. And then when he summoned Yang Chen, because he thought that Yang Chen was gonna be like, "No, we're air nomads and we need to be peaceful." Yang Chen was like, "Baby, if you gotta take some heads off, you gotta take some heads off. I don't know what to tell you." She was like, "Baby, I would have done anything to preserve the peace." And
definitely.
he was like,
It's giving the avatars.
it's giving very much, baby. You're the Avatar before you're ever an Airbender, and I think she said something like that to him. But Aang just knew he was finna summon Yang Chen, and she was gonna be on his side. And she said no, ma'am. She said no, ma'am. No, ma'am. See,
Cause
Karuk,
that correct.
Karuk, the water Avatar that came before.
Oh, the one that died early.
Yeah, the one that died early, looking for his wife in the spirit world. See, Karuk wasn't really about nothing because he was just living his life because he came after Yang Chen. So, he just, I mean,
There was no water fight. He was in between a peaceful era. That's why I feel like he died. Like low key, I say that Yang Chen is low key the reason he poof.
I
If
mean,
there was war, then
yeah, like he didn't have a purpose necessarily because everything was so peaceful. So he was just sort of there and he had time to do a whole bunch of other stuff. And so when, he found his wife and his love, baby Karuk was fine. Let me tell you something.
yes, at least somebody understands.
Karuk, Dave Louis said it baby Karuk was, I got something he can Karuk. Anyway, and
Oh,
so, but anywho, and so, there's him. Now, let me tell you something. Roku. Roku, 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 Roku. Roku to me was. It's funny that Kyoshi was like, even if I didn't kill him, if you think I didn't, I still would have. The fact that Roku let what's his name? The Fire Lord. I can't. Was it Sozin? It was Sozin, right? Because it was Sozin's comment, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always forget whether his name was Sozin, but I think I know that's stupid. But the fact that he let that man live, just it's like, but that's kind of what I love about the Avatar cycle, right? Is that they learn from each other, and so you might be not even in love with him. Is that you can be a completely different person than the person who came before you, and it's kind of on purpose because you're learning from their mistakes and whatever, but you can overcompensate. So, Yang Chen was very like decisive and very like, and then Karuk was very fun loving, caring, like he was very just like go with the flow. Then because of that, Kyoshi was another person who was very like disciplined and whatever else as the avatar. And then Roku was disciplined, but he wasn't really able to make like the big decision because he let his emotions get into it. And then Aang is just like a ball of emotions who refuses to do kind of what needs to be done because it goes against his principles. And I think that's why we see Korra be so. I feel like I don't know. Korra, I didn't watch like the last season. It's that last season I didn't watch. So I don't really feel like super
You
comfortable
really need to watch it.
because I feel like at the time I was one of those people that was like, I don't like it. But then what I had to look at was the fact that it's supposed to be different from Aang. It's not supposed to be specifically him, him. And so from that aspect, I can definitely appreciate it. And the only thing I hate is when they broke the Avatar cycle because I feel
I
like,
was about to say something about that
you
because
know,
that made me mad.
yeah, like that was the thing that kind of made me feel like what was the point? Like that felt like they wanted to be different and they couldn't find a way to do it, and so they just said, "Okay, we'll break the Avatar cycle. Look at us, we're so
I have
progressive."
a question for you.
Go ahead.
Who is your favorite character in Avatar out of the whole franchise?
It would be between Toph, Azula, and I would say probably just Toph and Azula out of the two of them. And because I love a good layered character. And both of them are layered in different ways, although I do love an insane character, which is probably why I lean towards Azula, because I love a good insane character. Baby, like if you ever
Yeah,
watch,
she's very
I don't
layered.
know if you ever watched Being Human, but they had a character on there named Bishop, and Bishop was like crazy. And I loved him. I loved Bishop. Um, I tend to like those kind of characters. And Azula really spoke to me because not spoke to me like I'm insane too, but spoke to me as like a character I would want to write because all she really wants is a, that attention and affection from her father. But then you also do have to factor in the fact that she probably has mental health issues that go beyond that. So it's like she probably has innate mental health issues, and then you add in the fact that she is a royal who's been treated as such. She's already ruthless from a young age, and her father really shows her affection over Zuko because of how ruthless she is. So she feels like she has to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And then her mother, who she wants attention from too, but is not really willing to, admit that because her father is the focus. She loves Zuko because he's caring and kind and whatever else. And so there's so much happening, and then she's basically a fireman and prodigy. So it's just like all and I don't think Azula ever gets a chance to be Azula. Even her name, she's
Definitely.
Azulan. So it's like even her name doesn't get a chance to be unique. She doesn't. I mean, it does, but it's a variation. Like she doesn't even get a chance to be her own person because she's named after another person. It constantly has all these expectations put on her and things like that. So it's just like I gotta say Azula for the win. I have to.
I'm gonna be honest with you, but my favorite character, I have two, because it gotta be Zahir and Toph, because the way he was taking air out of these people's bodies had me like, okay, we see
When he
you.
took the Earth Queen out,
Ah,
I was like, we can do that. We
I
can.
was shook.
I was like, we can take people out. Baby, showed me something. Showed me something. That
Now, why Aang didn't do that to Ozai? He know daggone well it would have been over.
because Aang. And you know what? And here's another thing that I think sometimes we don't really talk about is how young these people are. Like Aang was 11. Physically and mentally he was 11. Chronologically he was 100 and something, but he was a very young child when all this was going on.
Very.
And Katara was very young, and then Sokka was very young. Like even though they were more mature for their age, kind of everybody involved was very, very young. And so it's like you have these extreme personalities, and it makes sense that Aang doesn't want to kill, because he's talking to adults when he summons Yang Chen and he summons Roku and Kyoshi. These are people who live entire lives. They literally have lived, you know, decades. They lived for decades. And they're looking at it from the perspective of an adult while he's still, even though he might feel like he understands the situation, he's looking at it through the lens of a young 11, 12-year-old. And I think that's one thing that kind of stops me from being hard on him.
I'm sorry, it's the dog. The dog got me.
Baby, it was giving Xavion, you better get off the internet with them people. But
No.
that's what it was giving. It was giving very it was giving very much Xavion, you need to get off the internet with them people and you need to come in here and do whatever it is. Like, baby, girl, let me hush because I don't need her to. But so Derek, I go live I'm going to start going live every Tuesday and Saturday. I mean, I'm still going live every Saturday, but I'm adding Tuesday into the fold. So it's gonna be Tuesday and Saturday. And I'm gonna announce it, like on in the Discord when I go live.
Cause definitely, if you made it be known when you going live, I'll be here every time.
Per
We definitely will be throwing out them gifts.
Listen, baby, don't waste your money on me if you ain't got it. I appreciate it though. My God, in heaven, I sure do. I bought so some of the money that I got from TikTok because I've gotten like 2 or 3 payouts where it was like $10, $13, something like that. So what I did was I tried to invest it back into it. And so I bought those mics and then I bought a little light that I'm going to use to make videos and stuff like that. So I'm trying to, like, whatever I get, I'm trying to put it back into the content. Nadev said I have a little accent. Let me tell you something. I don't have an accent. I don't speak.
You really do.
Uh,
You do. It's very like it's adorable.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't have a sugar daddy. But if I had a sugar daddy, I could get a sugar daddy because I'm what sickening, and you can never have a sugar daddy. Come on, Chi Chi Devane. Yes, Chi Chi. You know, Chi Chi is from Shreveport in Louisiana, and Louisiana is like 2 hours away from me. So yeah. So Swearport, as the old folks call it. I do have an accent, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm joking. I know I sound like an old country hick. Derek said that he's never felt the need to give gifts before, but he genuinely doesn't mind for me. Thank you. Thank you, Derek. That means a lot.
Yeah, because I think you like one of the first people that I ever gifted.
Oh,
Yes, because you think I'm giving out gifts to these people because these people be
these people
and
cut
it
up.
be so
And then
like it just be so
I can't stand when
unoriginal.
they be like, I can't stand when they be like, y'all keep the gifts coming. Y'all keep the gifts coming. Yeah, thank you for the like, baby, it's
Like
getting good
what?
work for food. Like, what are we doing?
Like, okay, I see you as giving that one episode with Squidward and he was in that box begging for money. Okay. Spare change.
Spare change, ma'am. Spare change. Like, girl, it's giving very that. It's giving. Now, let me tell y'all something. So, Catherine said you're the only TikToker I know that actually interacts personally with people, and I love it, baby. Listen, because Catherine know her for herself, baby. I don't read them comments sometimes, and people be getting mad at me, and they be like, "You need to see my comment. Look at my comment. I'm asking a question, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm in the zone. I'm talking to myself because sometimes when I start like really getting into something, like really, really talking, I'm talking about when I really, really be talking, I forget that I'm not talking to myself and that I'm talking to other people. Because, baby, I be working it out in my head and I be having so much to say. So, if I don't read the comments
That
or you follow
ADHD
me
be
and I
getting
don't
you.
follow back, the ADHD be eating me alive. It's not that it's not that I love you. It's just, baby, Beauty by Mal Pal asks, what is this channel about? It's about a lot of things. We are mainly about education. And if you or someone that you know needs an education, please feel free to call the number below. And a representative will be available to help you. We're open 24/7.
It's the representative voice.
Oh, God. Let me stop. Call this 1-800 number today. In the arms of an angel.
Cause I changed the channel as soon as that commercial came on. Because I'm good. You're not gonna catch me like that.
Baby, listen. Not sponsored by Alyssa Milano, baby. Let me shut up. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say what. I don't need that sponsorship. Let's see. Please Google your international numbers. Oh yeah, oh that's a good one. Yes, and if you live outside of the United States, please Google your international numbers. A representative will always be available for you. For just the price of a cup of coffee a day, you could help a starving dog find a bone. And if you don't, you're a bad person.
Oh well, too bad. Bye, Rocco.
You're probably going to burn in eternal hellfire. However, if you would like to help, please, any gift, any donation will help. As long as it's $100 and above. If it's not $100, don't even pick up the phone.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Beauty by Mal Pal is asking, do I love Charmed? I've actually never seen Charmed. I don't know what that show is. I found this picture of these three people on the internet one day while I was looking up Charlie's Angels, and I just thought it was so interesting. I said, who are these women? I wasn't really interested enough to go research it, so I don't know who these people are. But wait, they aren't Destiny's Child. The middle one is melanated enough to be one of the members, I think. That tan is given very much drunk in love. Like it's given very that. Do we somehow suspect there's a connection between Ben and Glory? Ben and Glory don't know each other. So are you saying that Ben came to the house after Glory left? Or are you saying that Glory went to the park once Ben was there? So, I don't know. But yeah, these three women, I don't know who these people are.
Zanku. 100% Zanku.
Bathtub Boy said everyone knows Alyssa Milano. You're playing.
Mama.
I don't have a playing, but if I did have a playing, I don't think it would know who Alyssa Milano is. But thank
Milano is crazy.
That everyone knows who Alyssa Milano is. So I appreciate that. But no, Beauty by Mal Pal, I love Charmed. We are the Ratchet Charmed one over this way. This is a Charmed centered page. Although I do talk about a little bit of everything, as you can see. Little Buffy, little Avatar, little Sabrina. I want to talk about Sabrina the Teenage Witch more one day. Like Sabrina, Wizards of Waverly Place, because baby, I have so many thoughts about Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh my God, yes.
Between what a jerk Justin was and just the wizard competition as a whole, I have so much I want to say about it. And It may all be controversial, but I don't care.
Don't don't call me biased or nothing, but when she saw him back then, he was stuck on that branch. I would have ran through.
I would have too. I
Cause
really would have. I genuinely would have.
definitely.
I would have left him there. I would never have turned back because at that point it's anybody's game. And I'm sorry, baby, but you're on the ground and I'm still going. So, and then they gave Max a chance to catch up. So literally, they were just choosing at that point who they wanted the wizard to be. And I really thought that they were going to do the Disney thing and let all three of them keep their magic. But then when they gave it to Alex and then gave it to Justin for telling the truth for once in the show and actually doing the right thing. I was like, what? And then Max gets the substation. Turn this on. Turn it on. Like, you cannot be for real. There
That
is
is
no way
disrespectful.
that you can look at me and say that you are going to give my two siblings magic, and then and one of them has been hating on the other one for years because all Justin was a hater. He was a fun man, but he was a hater. All he did was hate on Alex. And you're not gonna tell me that you're gonna give them magic and then leave me out. There's no way. There's no way.
I don't know how he can be so mean to her. Cause she saved your life so many times.
Yeah.
When you was a dark angel, when you was stuck under that asteroid, she could have left you there for dead. Cause I would have.
Yep. I would have set that entire arena, whatever, on fire. And there's no way. There's no way. Yeah, Kelbo was Shakira. Um, but anyway, but no, it's like that episode was a little bit unnecessary with the aunt retest, the one with the aunt and with Megan and with Kelbo. I didn't mind it, but it was a little extra to
It
give
really
us a
was.
sister, who was just like Alex. Uncle Kelbo is just like Max. But it did have one of my favorite moments of Wizards of Waverly Place when Megan was like, "You remind me of a brother I used to have," and Max said, "Thank you," and she was like, "That wasn't a compliment. Thank you. It was an insult. Thank you." When Max did that last thank you, like he was like, "Girl," I I don't know why that was so funny to me, but that whole exchange when she was like, "My brother Kelbo," or whatever, he was like, "I have an uncle named Kelbo," and it was like, Max. I feel like Max still didn't even understand what that moment was. Like, I feel like he still was looking at it like, that's so interesting that we have people that, anyway, I don't know. One day I am going to do like a behind the scenes of me recording Ratchet Charmed, but I have to work up the nerves for it because I'm really big and I don't want y'all laughing at me. But listen, when I be doing the little sounds in the background, I be so tickled at myself because I started doing it in one of the videos and it was like I just couldn't stop after that. I was so obsessed with it. And he was like, I love doing it and it'd be like healing noises, healing noises, healing noises. Or like when a demon used the power, I'd be like demonic noises. I think one time I got fancy and was like demonic noises. I was like, oh yes, yes. Or like when they orb is my favorite one. When they orb is my absolute favorite one to do. When I go like, when I'm like, shwing, 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 shwing. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one to do. That's my favorite one because I tried. It doesn't all. I don't always remember to do it though, but I tried to make Leo's and Paige's sound different because they are, different in the show. And so like with Leo's, I go like swing, 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 and then Paige's I go swing, 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 because she comes in whereas Leo comes down. So
Did Did you realize that the elders, like some elders, their orbs are purple? That really be like getting me, cause it's like,
did you say
what?
scary?
No, it be getting me.
Oh,
No, like it's not scary, but like it be getting me, cause like how? So it's like y'all on different levels. So it's saying it don't even matter if you're an elder, but it's like y'all have different levels to being an elder.
it's giving Darklighter a little bit, and I know that
That
that's petty, but it's giving very much Darklighter sometimes. Um, And then Simon's look different. But then what always makes me mad is the fact that Sam's orbs were like Leo. Because I think what they should have done was had Sam's orbs be like pages, so that that way it'll be like, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, cause
So it'll be
like
like a
father,
page.
like daughter.
Yeah, they should have done that, but they didn't. So Derek said Penny Takes a Tumble is my favorite thing ever. Listen, I had so much fun with that one because I had that one in the drafts. I've had that one in the drafts for about 2 years. But I didn't want to do it because sometimes with some of the scenes that I have, I'm like, how do I make this funny? Because what a lot of people do not know, I be making this up off the cuff. I don't have like a script or anything when I go into Ratchet Charmed. I literally just pick a scene and do it. Like there is
2 years is
no,
crazy though.
it's crazy because ADHD and anxiety. And I had
Procrastination.
drafts and Xavion, don't play with me like that. Um, but no, I just kind of forgot about it at a certain point. And then recently I was like, I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna prove to myself I can do it. You can do it, buddy. Just put your back into it.
It's okay, cause I have like 8 projects that I have not finished.
Baby, we listen, 2024 is our year. We gon' we getting it together in 2024 and we're gonna finish these projects. But yeah, like people, I had people that were like, "Can I help you on the videos and can I be a voice in it?" And I'm just gonna be 100% honest. I'm not against somebody coming in and helping, like be a voice or something like that. The thing is that I don't have a script. So it would literally be me and another person probably like having to sit there and record it because I don't have a script. I literally just sit there on my iPad. I go into LumaFusion. I pick a scene. I take the audio off and then I record voiceovers for each person as they're talking. So like if it's a hit or if it's a miss, it's because I'm literally just doing it, thinking up in the moment. And I feel like that's how I've kind of had some of my best, like some of the stuff that's really, 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 really tickled me. So, so yeah.
Your content is just all in general, all around funny. It's just like you don't really be like it don't. It's just like you just be posting a video and it's funny because it's like you be yourself. You don't
Yeah.
try
Thank you.
to be fake.
Cause I used to get so caught up in like, oh, what's the trend and what's, and I'm like, no, baby, let me just go on ahead and just do it because it's like I'll sit there. A lot of times, what people don't know is too, and I was gonna say this is I sometimes record like 3 or 4 videos at a time because I get so many ideas, and then I just go back and refine it. So like I'll have one in the drafts for like 3 days, right, on here on TikTok, and then I'll go back and be like, okay, let me redo it like this, and let me have them make this face. Let me do. Like I'll do it like that, and that's why I haven't done the. So I did a couple of months ago. I did a Graham's reading Gale video, and Andreas is back.
Ooh,
I get you.
And
oh,
so and so I I did it and it turned out so funny to me. To me, it was hilarious. Like I feel like I really built it up. I felt like it was great. And then people were like, "Where is part two? I need part two." And I'm like, "Baby, I don't know. I don't know." I was like, "Baby, I don't know how to make this funny. I don't know what to say." And even now I have trouble thinking of it because I kind of have in my mind what I want, but I feel like it's gonna turn into like a scene, a dramatic scene, and I don't know how that's gonna come across, but I kind of know what I want to do, but I've been scared to do it, and so I'm like, okay, all right, I'm just gonna have to go for it at a certain point. So we'll see what happens. I'll be pretending like I'm in an interview sometimes. I like to pretend like I'm in an interview, and people be like, "So, what was the moment that you knew that this was what you wanted to do?" And I'll be like, Seth, the thing about it is, I've always known what I wanted to do. I think that it just came to a point where I had to believe in what I wanted to do. And then I insert story here about how, it came to my mind. And then I'm like, what I really learned through that experience is that you just like I try to talk myself through it as if I've already made it, so that way I can be like, this is what the journey is gonna look like, baby. Listen, listen. I be talking to myself like I'm on late night. Yep, yep. I be talking to myself like I'm on Wendy Williams. That part, well, not Wendy Williams, maybe, but because she, mm, Wendy would try to read you real quick. I ain't got time for that.
Definitely.
By the time she get the, how you doing? So, because now I gotta
Oh
stop.
my, you
Now I gotta stop.
impression spot on.
Baby, I can't really see. Sometimes when I can do impressions, I can't maintain them. That'd be the problem, is the maintaining them. Like I can do it in a moment, but then it's like after that, I don't know. I don't know. Like
I'm
Beyonce, because sometimes I can do Beyonce and sometimes I can't. Because sometimes she sounds like she just is from California and she went to go to school. And you see what I mean? Like I keep going in and out of it because she has a voice that I feel like is distinct, but I can't ever get it. It's like Australian accents. I can't do an Australian accent because it's like I try to I try to do it, and it just I
make
don't
your
know.
tongue flat, then do it.
I try to do it. Like see now it just sounds like I got galls in my mouth. So I don't know. One day I'm gonna do it.
But I mean, I can't do voice impressions, but there's one person that I really can do well, and it's like disturbing, and it is James Charles, and it is hilarious.
Oh God, please don't do it. Do it. Do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Mm. Hi, sisters, by the James Charles Palette. I don't know what everyone is talking about those allegations. It never was me. It's just someone that looked like me. Mm.
Gone. Gone. Oh Lord, that was a little disturbing. It was.
Mm.
Hi, sisters. Mm-mm.
Cause hi, sisters.
I didn't mean to snort. I'm trying to think if there's anybody from Drag Race that I feel like I do really well. I don't feel like there is. I feel like everybody can do Alaska. Like that's. I feel like Alaska is basic. All you gotta do is go hi, and you can basically do Alaska. I feel like I can do Candy Muse, but I feel like it's offensive to do it to people with a lisp, and so I don't want to do that. Let me hush. Let me just be quiet, y'all.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to never knew stuff like that existed because I was very sheltered. Like,
Don't let your mama hear you say that.
cause like for the longest, I didn't even know I was like, I didn't know I was bipolar for the longest.
Oh, I
I
thought
just thought I had mood swings.
you were gonna say you didn't know you were homosexual.
Oh, I didn't know that for the longest either.
Well, what clued
Once
you?
I, you said what?
What clued you in?
Um,
Well, if you feel, never mind.
when I saw Justin Bieber, it was Justin Bieber that it was like, ooh, could, it's something about them white boys. It's just something about them. They got that oomph to them. The side eyes.
That was a statement to make. I just don't know what to make of it. But thank you for sharing. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. There's no judgment here because I used to love me some Chris Evans in not another teen movie. Um, I think that might be it. Yeah, you were very brave to share your truth like that. Thank you. Thank you for doing it on this platform. And if you or someone you know is attracted to Justin Bieber, please call the number below. And one
One
of
800 Justin Bieber.
one of our psychologists will be on staff 24/7 to help you through. Not Chad Michael Murray. Not somebody said Chad Michael Murray. I feel like that's a very random person. I feel like it makes sense because he was very popular at one time, but I feel like that's also like a super random moment. And just to disclose, self-disclose, I also am bipolar. Um, Listen, baby, I didn't realize what was going on at first, and one day I started screaming and hollering and whatever else, and I was like, something ain't right. And I went to the doctor and I got diagnosed, and they were like, yeah, baby. They were like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm ready to say, you see, it took for me to bust out windows. That's when I realized, like, oh yeah, cause if I got there, I'm like, what's wrong with me? I don't get this angry, and then you get angry about random stuff. Sometimes you just be like, what is wrong?
I get very irritated very easily. That's something that even through the, you know, like good days, I still get very irritated. And it's not till kind of after the fact that I realize it. And then I'm like, okay, today wasn't a good day. Like somebody will say something and it's like I'll wake up one day and you can breathe in my direction and I'm just
Just like, why would you do that? You could have just
yeah,
said, you could have just did that somewhere else. Like, go
yeah,
get,
yeah.
ugh.
Baby, when that bipolar hits, it hits. It
It
hits.
hits hard.
It hits hard. And I think like, okay, so just to be transparent, today I have had so much energy. Like when I tell you today I got so much stuff done. Whereas like there are some days where I don't even want to get out of bed. And so it's a weird balance because I feel like on one hand I can take the world by storm. And then there are some days where I feel like I can't even manage myself. So it's a tightrope. It is a very tightrope.
Right.
Natalie Dormer, isn't that my Marjorie Tyrell? My Marjorie
Ooh.
Tyrell Baratheon? I feel like I have trouble making friends. My bipolar disorder often has me feeling worthless. I'm so sorry you feel like that. Um, don't feel like you are alone in that because the bipolar will tell you a lot of things and have you thinking a lot of
Yes, it'll have you overthinking, like thinking like, oh, well, you said like you just like the slightest like little like thing that a person says is just like, oh, well, they probably don't like me, and it's like I've lost a
mhm,
lot of relationships because, and a lot of friendships because of my bipolar, and it's like it gets bad.
mhm, mhm, mhm. And I feel like there are days where I overreact to stuff and then I go back and I'm like, why did I do that? It doesn't make any like because I'll something will happen now. Now, let me also say this to you, Derek. Specifically because of what he shared with, the job and stuff like that. Um, my job triggered me really bad. And leaving there, I feel like I low key have PTSD. Like I'm not joking. I'm not saying that to be. I think I have PTSD. No, I'm saying like I think I actually have PTSD because there are days where somebody at my job, like if my supervisor calls me, like because I work from home sometimes, and if she calls me, my first thought is, oh God, here we go. What does she need? What did I do? Things like that. It's like, I get so whatever. And then I'll answer the phone and she'll be like, hey, what color pens do you want? Because we're ordering pens. And it'll be something so, so basic. And I'm having to retrain myself on how to like deal with people that aren't constantly trying to, from my perception, attack me and having me constantly in a state of fight or flight. And
It's understandable.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
And the bipolar, it makes it even worse. So
I know what you mean by the PTSD because like I'm gonna be transparent here. I've been on the psych floor more than a handful of times, about 20.
mhm.
The last time I went, I got severe PTSD because someone from we were all on the same unit, but it was like a boy. I guess he took it the wrong way, and like he came in my room with a pencil and like he stabbed me in my sleep, like in my stomach. I woke
Gee,
up screaming, just bleeding.
God, I am so sorry that happened. I mean, you're okay now, like
Oh
right?
yeah,
Okay,
he not okay.
that
I
part,
broke his leg.
that part.
Cause as soon as I felt that that stab, and I got up, my body went into fight. Cause I don't fight, we don't run,
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
swing, we go down swinging.
Listen, listen. Well, thank you for sharing that. First off, I kind of have. I feel like I'm more of a flight kind of person, but I feel like it's
I know, right? Crazy.
baby. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting. But no, I feel like I'm more of a flight kind of person, but also fight. I don't know how those two things go together because for me, what happens is I get very defensive. I get very, very defensive and I start assuming the worst. And I feel like I constantly have to like stand up for myself, overstand up for myself. And even though I don't physically fight, I will argue you down for no reason. Like I will sit there and I will argue with you, or I'll just shut down and I won't know what else to say. So then I'm just not going like I don't have anything else.
When you get angry, do you cry?
I have to be really angry to get to that point. I have gotten that mad before, but I have to be really, really angry to cry. Like enraged.
Like, I know what you mean.
So yeah. I'm gonna tell you something else too, and I'm gonna share this with y'all. This is more of a me observation, and I don't know, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I started to realize that some of the people in my life were reflections of, I don't want to say this like this, but the worst parts of me or parts of myself that I didn't like. And as I've started kind of trying to move into a new area of life, I feel like I've started to drift away from those people because I realized why I was friends with them. Like I have one friend, they are, now that I'm able to look at them, I feel like objectively, they are probably one of the messiest people I've ever known in my life. Like, you know how like we rarely have communication if there's not some kind of like mess behind it. Like they're not sending me
Ooh.
some kind of drama, some kind of mess, some kind of tea, some kind of this, some kind of that. Did you see? Did you see? Did you see? Did you see? There always has to be something. There's always little shade, little jabs, little this, little that, a lot of bragging about themselves, things like that. And I don't really, and another thing I started to notice with them is that they don't support. Now I struggle with that because you don't have to support somebody, like that's not a requirement. You don't have to support a person. But what I started to notice was that they don't share my videos, which again they don't have to, but I'm getting to the point of what I'm trying to say with this. They don't share my videos. They don't share, they don't be like, hey, I saw, that you made this was really funny, or I didn't like this, or they don't even comment on it, don't even like address it, but then will constantly send me mess and drama and stuff like that. And I will never forget that when I went to go see Holly, the first time I met Holly, I was so excited. That was one of the best experiences of my life. And like I didn't even think I was gonna get a chance to meet one of them. And to have met her was such a big moment. And I'll never forget that they used an alt page. They used their alt page on Twitter. And they forgot, I guess, that I knew that that was their alt page. And they shared it. And they were like, I wonder if he told Holly that he hates Piper, and used like the Elmo in Flames gif, like chaos or whatever. And I remember being like, you and that was when I really started to pay attention to what they were doing. And I don't really talk to them like that anymore, or when I do, it's very controlled. Like I don't share details of my life until it's like past done. I'm not gonna tell you I got a car until I done had it for like 3 months. I'm not gonna tell you that I moved, for like for a year, because when they did that, that really showed me that you were willing to mess that up. You were willing to take that moment from me in the name of miss. But then you didn't even do it from your own page. You did it from an alternate page. Don't. Now you playing in my face. And I remember I didn't say anything about it because I knew who it was. I knew exactly who it was. And then one day I said, you know what? I'm just gonna see what they say. And I said, and I just said it like I didn't know who it was, and was like, yeah, some idiot, whatever, shared my status and said this, and then they were like, oh, that's so crazy. Like they were acting like they didn't know. I said, what's even more weird is that I thought that was you. And they're
Fake
like,
ass
well, what do you
people.
mean? Baby, Gagatundra. Gagatundra. And it was like, oh, well, I was just being funny. Well, no, just a minute ago you said you didn't know who it was. So it's like, how we get from point A to point B? You didn't know who it was, but now that's crazy. But now all of a sudden, you were just making a joke. Don't do that.
Yes, I understand like that. And then also what Dark just said, like the problem with being negative. Yes, it's just like
Yeah,
them thoughts be getting me. It just like, and sometimes they come out.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. Let me tell you that, and tell Derek this at the same time. I have a love-hate relationship with that negative mindset, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't like when people say to you or to me or to whoever, I don't like negative people around me. I don't like negative people around me. You got to be positive to be in my, because I think there's a difference between protecting your mental health and then putting another person down. Like, you can't be like, I love, I stand up for mental health, da 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 da, blah 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 blah, and also be like, you can't come around me if you sad all the time, because I think that shows a lack of awareness. Like if I have a friend and you're sad all the time, I'm gonna say, hey, do you need anything from me? I'm not saying that you have to be someone's caretaker, but I think if you care about somebody, there's a level of involvement that you have in what they have going on. And I think a lot of people have the mindset there has to be something wrong. Like you can't just be sad. You can't just be angry. There has to be a reason. Like, why you sad? You ain't got no reason to be sad. And then it makes you feel even worse because, well, why do I feel sad? Things like that. And when you have spent your life, especially with bipolar disorder, when you have spent your life seeing things through a certain lens, it is very, very difficult to change your mindset on it. Like, I'm kind of going through the same thing right now, especially with content creation and things like that. And
That's my name.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do it. Cause you blocked on TikTok. Don't think you ready to find me. You're blocked. You're blocked. You're blocked.
Zavion,
Ooh. Yeah, she gonna throw a frying pan in the back of my head.
a frying pan?
Your mother ain't never do that to you?
No, baby.
Oh, sorry, I'm the only
No,
one. Okay.
no. I mean, we'll just we'll we'll revisit that another day. Um, what am I trying to say here? I'm actually Ronald Reagan. I'm not saying the last part of it. I actually am going to school to be a social worker, and I currently work as a foster care worker. Um, which is why I say we'll come back to the frying pan thing in a different day. Um, because that's not my business. But I am here for you. Um, but what I will say is that people don't, and I'm gonna tell you what I really, really have been going back and forth with is, and I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I think I said this during one of our previous lives that I had a friend earlier this year that I was very close to who just ghosted me one day. Like, literally just stopped talking to me. And what I still struggle with that situation is what I did. Like, what was the tipping point what was I doing that was so bad that you felt like you had to just stop talking to me? I struggle with that a lot because this friend was someone that I was very, very good friends with from my perspective. And I go back and forth because I feel like, am I just not a good person? Am I just not a good friend? Am I just not a good, like, am I, like, but they have their own issues. That's kind of a different story, whatever. I don't understand that. And the kind of the way I had to put that in my head was that people have so much other stuff going on. And like Leia just said, I realize with a lot of people is that they don't know how to communicate, and that is so true. And I'm one of them people. I'm not even gonna front. Sometimes I don't know how to really communicate my feelings. I'm not even gonna try to say that. Um, but I feel like I do end up being like, hey, I feel like this. I feel like da 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 da. And what's funny is that this friend had actually stopped talking to me for a month about 2, 3 years ago, something like that. Like, had just randomly stopped talking to me for a month because they said that something I did made them feel a certain way, and they were already having a bad day that day. And I apologized for it, and then was like, from my view, I didn't know that was, it was a joke that I had made, and I didn't know that it was going to make them feel like I was trying to exclude them from our friend group. Um, and I apologized for it, and then I said, this is how what you did affected me. And I never really got like an apology for it. They were just kind of like, okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but you made me angry. But I chose to move on at that time because I was like, okay, we are friends. And at that time, at that point in my life, I was kind of, I don't want to say desperate for friendship, but that was the first time that I had like multiple friends, things like that. So I was trying to keep those connections because they meant a lot to me. And I don't regret staying friends after that, but I do regret that I didn't work harder to really drive home the point that you're not gonna do this again. Because I always felt like I was walking on eggshells, and I always felt like one wrong move and then you cut me off. And it happened. It actually happened. I I mean, like, one day woke up, I'm talking about not returning phone calls, not returning texts, um, unfollowed on everything that you can unfollow on. And I was just like, you really just pretended like I'm no longer a part of your life. Like, you just kind of, and I struggle with that a lot because I'm like, well, am I a good person? Like, am I just that horrible that people perceive me like that? Like, how do people see me? And so that's why I try to be like very open about mental health stuff and about the fact that, like, this ADHD really does stop me from like responding to comments, or my anxiety will stop me because I see so many and I'm like, girl, I don't know if I can respond to all that today. Whatever, that's why I try to say that, because I don't want someone to be like, oh, he think he better than us, whatever. And it's not. I just get overwhelmed with it a lot, which is why the Discord
Definitely.
was very dry. Our Discord was super dry for a long time because I just get overwhelmed with stuff. And but I didn't realize that that's what it was for a long time, like with comments and things like that. Because one thing I had to realize about myself, and I know I'm talking and rambling, and I'm gonna shut up in just a second. One thing I realized about myself was I'm not used to that. I'm not used to posting something and people comment on it. I'm used to just posting something and then move on with my life. I'm not used to people, and that's not an excuse. That's just saying like I'm still getting in the habit of being like, let me respond to this, let me see this, let me, whatever.
Mhm.
Because baby, if you would tell me 2 years ago that people would respond to my video, multiple people would respond, I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't have believed it. And it's just Blake Derek said, "I wish I could find out if I'm ADHD. I'm confirmed bipolar, but it feels like there's something else." That's how I was. The bipolar definitely was one. The ADHD, I did talk to my doctor about, and then to the medicine person that I go see, and they said that I can't take anything for the ADHD because that will interact with the medicine that I take for the mood stabilizer. So, girl, I was not happy to hear that because I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, somebody even had to do something because my mind just wanders all the time. And I'm listening to, that's why I'm not going, okay, I'm not going to lie. That's why I get kind of sensitive in the chat when people are like, we're talking about X, Y, and Z instead of, charm. I do get a little whatever about that because my my mind cannot stay on topic sometimes, especially when I get excited and I'm in a really good mood. It's really hard for me to stay on task. And I'm listening to like the review podcast that I'm doing and I listen back to it and I'm like, it's really hard to try to do those because I'm talking about different topics and I feel like I don't stay on segment. I feel like it's already hard for me to make segments anyway. And
Definitely.
mhm, and I'm really having to sit down and do that because next year, I don't know if y'all know this. I know some people do, but next year I'm going to be doing a review podcast of Wicked City, and some of the actresses and the actors from the show are actually have agreed to be guests, and I was shocked out of my cord. So these are people who are professional level actors. I can't have them coming up in here and being like, okay, well, girl, we're just gonna talk and see what happens. No, I want them to have some structure. I want them to know what they're walking into. And if I'm gonna proceed in a career, then I need to understand structure. I need to have structure. I need to be disciplined. So it's been I can't do no stuff just when I want to. So
Yeah, I know what you mean because ADHD, like, there'll be some nights where I'll just lay there and my brain is on and there's like voices in my head like, what about this? What about that? What about this? And it's just like, can't sleep. You just
mm-hmm,
sitting there, can't sleep. The
mm-hmm.
voices.
Now I don't experience. I don't know if you mean voices as in like actual auditory
Oh,
hallucination.
no, 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 no,
Okay,
no.
okay. I wasn't
No.
sure if you meant that because I was gonna say I don't experience that, but I know for some people that
Like
is.
your own voice. And it's
Yeah,
like your thoughts.
yeah. No, definitely. Somebody asked earlier in the chat, and I didn't get a chance to say it, but somebody asked earlier if you just think about things from years ago, baby. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I am 32 years old. I will be 33 next year. I graduated high school in 2009. 2009. And if any of y'all call me old, I'm cutting up your wigs. Um, I sit there sometimes and think of a comeback to something that somebody said to me in 2007. In 2007.
Yes.
And it's 2023, about to be 2024. Like, I will sit there and remember what someone said and be like, I should have said this to them.
I think everybody does that.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. I'll sit there and think about a time where I dropped a pencil in 1998 when I was in like second or third grade and be like, dang, I should have just left it there and then went back to my desk. It's stupid things that I remember. Like I said, I can't remember what I ate yesterday, but I can tell you in 2003 when I said something stupid in class and everybody looked at me like it's insane. It will devour you if you let it. And I think that that's sometimes too how we. I'm not saying anyone else does this, but I think what I realized about myself was that there were times.
Her.
There were times where I realized that I was low key playing victim. Like, and I hated to admit that about myself. Oh my God. I hated admitting that about myself because I didn't want to be flawed. I wanted to see myself as perfect. Like it it pained me to say that I was playing victim because I wanted to be more than that in my head. But I realized that I was like, baby, we can't keep saying this is why we doing like you get to a certain point where you have to be honest with yourself. Um, I don't like this pick. This was when Phoebe became Miss Source. Baby, this is season five.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
a little bit after that. Um, but anyway, but yeah, having to legitimately ask yourself, am I the drama? Yes, absolutely. Like
Mm-hmm. 100%.
there have been times where I listen to what I said and I'm like, Galen,
I'm stuffing shit.
like,
It's okay.
like Galen, please, you are playing the victim. Like, baby, you are not infallible. Please, let's
Like,
get over that. Um, but I saw something recently and it helped me. I'm still trying to like hold myself, to it, but it was a post and it was talking about like this is what you would say to your friend if they did this. This is what you would say to your friend. And then they had what you would say to yourself, and it was this horrible statement. And they were like, you can't talk to yourself in a way you wouldn't talk to your friends. Like if your friend said this, they would get offended. So why are you telling it to yourself? And I was like, dang, that is true. So now I'm trying to tell myself, like, yeah, you made a mistake. It's okay. Just go back and fix it. Yeah, you made a mistake. Go ahead and, whatever. But I also try to be careful with the social media posts because I feel like social media is on a very weird spectrum where you're either the victim or you deserve to cut people off. And so what do I mean by that? You see these posts where people are like, you didn't deserve me, you this, you that, so I cut you out of my life. And I don't owe you an explanation because you know what you did and blah 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 blah. But then on the other hand, it's like if you can cut me out of your life, you're just a horrible person. And it's like, well, which one are we doing? Is it that this person is a horrible person, or is it that you didn't deserve to have because like, or
because
you
don't be
deserve
afraid to hit that block
like,
button.
which one is it? Because it's like there is a balance. And
That's the third one. I know you counting.
baby, I didn't say nothing about Baltimore because y'all is cutting up. But that's why I try to be careful with social media because they try to justify horrible things that they do to other people while villainizing other people for doing the same things to them sometimes. And is it they as in one group of people? No, it's social media. Like it's just people. And so I think it's easy to get those ideas muddled up and be like, okay, my friend cut me off, so I'm a perfect person and they're just a horrible person. Well, no. It could be that I was doing something that upset them. It could be that they have issues going on in their life and right now our lives just didn't align. And it's okay to say right now just is not the time for us to be friends. Although they did this in a messed up way, maybe because I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. My life has been so much happier since that person has been out of my life. And I hate to say that like that. And I know after everything I just said that that's probably counterproductive, but I think we just didn't need to be friends with each other anymore. I think that the friendship had run its course, but neither one of us were willing to admit that because we just wanted to keep it going. But if we were being honest with ourselves, the friendship had run its course a long time ago. And when I realized that, I got really, really sad because I was like, how long have they been hurting? Because I know how long I've been unhappy. I know how long I've been unhappy, but how long have they been unhappy? Um,
Exactly.
Especially, and I didn't know. I know why I was upset with them. I know why I didn't care to talk to them, but what why didn't I just say I'm having this issue
Hmm.
as opposed to holding it in for the sake of keeping, and it's just things like that that you go back and you realize,
Definitely.
which is why I say like, yeah, I was hurt, but that's why I said too that I had to start realizing a lot of things about myself
Yes.
from that moment was
Exactly what Catherine just said. Because it's like, well, I'm a put myself out there like that. So I was talking to this guy, and like we were together, and then like I guess it's like you don't want me to be angry, but it's like you do stuff to make me angry. And then when I'm about to block you and I say I don't want you around me no more, you try to play, oh well I didn't do anything wrong. And then it's like,
hmm
mm.
hmm
And then I didn't block you. And then it turns around that you end up blocking me. And now I felt like I did something wrong. And then I realized I wasn't the problem.
hmm because what I've started to realize is people want the opportunity to be the one they want the opportunity to be the one that stopped the communication. They don't want some people are just like that. Some people are, you're not going to stop talking to me. I'm going to stop talking to you. You ain't going to tell me that, you don't want to be in my life anymore. So if I got to apologize to you for a little while, I'll do that. That's fine. I'll apologize to you. But it's only going to be for so long so I can find a reason to get you out of my life.
There's the
And
door.
I think when people do stuff like that, I used to get really mad about it. Um, but where I'm at now is that I realize for you to do something like that, you have to be hurting really bad. Like you have to be a person that is unhappy, that is trying to find power in something. And that's why I realized that I used to play, I say used to, I feel like I still do sometimes. I don't know. Play victim like that. It for me, it was more of a now I'm in control of the narrative of it because you can't say I'm a bad person because I'm the one that was hurt. I'm the one that was, whatever. And I think that for a lot of us, that lack of control really dictates
Definitely.
what we do as adults. It really dictates what we do. Um, and that's why I would get so angry and so just, I mean, even now, if you tell me to do something and I don't want to do it, baby, I will kick and scream and whatever else and get mad. Not like physically scream, but I you gonna know I don't want to do it. And I have to stop and I have to think, Galen, we're 32, baby. And it's not about the age part necessarily, but it's more like we're in different spaces in life now. I'm not 20 anymore and I don't want to take this class and you telling me I got to or I'm not going to pass. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. We're not in that space anymore. We're in a professional level job now. We are trying to break into content creation. I can't just say, "Oh, I don't want to do this because you told me." That's not going to work. You that's why I feel like I have trouble collaborating with people sometimes is not necessarily because I'm doing what they, want me to do. I feel out of control. I don't feel like I'm in control of what I'm doing because I feel like I have to go through other people. I have to ask you what you think. I have to ask you what you like. That's why I didn't used to want to be have like have another person with me to have a child, because I don't want to ask you what you want to name my child. I'm gonna name my child. I'm the one that's gonna name my child. That's crazy to me, to feel so much like you don't have control of your life, to where you don't even want to get married because you want to be able to name your child on your own. That's insane. That is insane to say out loud. Like, when I finally said it
Mhm.
out loud one day, I was like, that sounds crazy. And I
Cause
sound
it's
like
like, why do I gotta consult you about what I want to name my baby?
of my child. This is my child. I gotta ask you what you want to. That sounds insane that I even thought that. And when I started realizing that I was thinking things like that, I'm like, okay, I have an issue. And I have an issue with control. And that's why I feel like I was so like authority. You tell me I got to do something. But then there's sometimes, like, I'm a very inquisitive person. And so my supervisor and I had a talk, because I was like, if there's something I need to do, I need to understand the importance of it. And she was kind of like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, if you give me a form and say I got to fill this form out, I'm going to ask you why. And not because I am trying to question you, but I'm not gonna put the same level of importance behind a form that I don't know what it's for versus one I do. The one I do is gonna be on the top priority list because I understand what it does. But if you just give me a form and tell me I gotta fill it, I don't care about that. That means nothing to me.
I have a quick question.
Hmm.
So I'm a person of poverty. So what does the word inquisitive means?
Um, Asking questions. The person of poverty, boy, shut up. Inquisitive, inquisitive just means that you like to ask questions. That you're very curious, things like that.
Uh,
Yeah. And I always give the long-winded explanation, so I'm sorry. I could have just said curious like Derek did, and I'm sorry. Um, but yeah. So, person of poverty. I, baby, I'm not trying to laugh. I'm sorry. It's not funny. It's not funny. But I just ain't never, in all my days, and all the days of my life, have I heard that. I've never heard that one. That is completely new for me. But so yeah. Well, y'all. Wait a minute. Let me make it official. Hold on. Well, y'all,
you done put on the blanket.
I don't put on the blanket. This is the Tuesday blanket. This is the Tuesday blanket. Well, y'all, it's time to go to sleep. We all need to go to sleep, and we need to
Yes, it is
get.
like this 12 a.m.
Mm-hmm. It. Anyway. Um. So yeah. So Hera says it's time to go to sleep as well. So this has been a very insightful live. I'm glad we did it. I feel like we all kind of needed to hear it. I feel like we all needed to talk to each other tonight, and it happened. So good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. You are so very welcome. Thank you for the gifts. And thank you, Derek, and thank you, everybody else. And thank you for everyone who was here and listened to me ramble for 4 hours.
But I'm going to go ahead and go. Good night,
Yeah.
everybody. It was nice meeting everybody.
Good
Bye.
night, y'all. Bye.